Hello there, everybody. Welcome to part 2 of Movies Are Real Best of 2022 Deliberations. Bam, 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 bam. Woo, yeah, movies. I'm George. I'll be your host for the festivities as we continue going on here, trying to discover what are the best movies of 2022. Ryan Lance, how are you doing? How's the show treating you?
I'm good. The studio audience is getting a little too crazy for my liking. I'm more of a calm, quiet crowd.
Hey, fuck you!
Oh, Jesus. In with this. But I'm excited to officially find out what the best movie of last year was.
Carrie, how are you doing?
I'm feeling similarly excited to finally put to rest 2022.
Finally.
For good.
Was it a good year in movies?
Yeah, I think so.
I'd say so.
It's a pretty good year.
Yeah. Look, making these lists, you realize how good they are. I don't think there are any, we've done this for 7 years now, and whenever I look back on the best movies of the year, I always look at 2019 as like, man, that was a murderer's row of movies. With
right.
Knives Out, Parasite, Uncut Gems, like, it was like these, like any other year, these would be number one. Mm-hmm. And so, like, I don't think there's a lot of those, but I think 2019's been the best year we've done this podcast, in my opinion.
Probably.
Yeah, that was a very good year.
Yeah. It was also one of the last years until, now we're back.
Oh, that was the last year of movies.
Well,
Now the movies are back. Anyways, today we are going to go over most disappointing, best performance, standout moment, the Do Not Go In There Award, Best Old Movies Award, and we will be making a list of the top 10 movies of 2022. I don't know why this would be your first episode you're listening to, but in case you're wondering, we're looking for 2 runner-ups and 1 winner in each category, apart from stuff like the Do Not Go In There Award, unless I don't remember, Ryan. I'll read these. The nominees for most disappointing are Thor, Love and Thunder, VHS 99, Men, Sonic, the Hedgehog 2. That is a weird colon I put there. Sonic
the Hedgehog 2.
As opposed to Sonic, the Echidna. Anyways. The Northman, Jurassic World, Damn Minions, Scream 2022, The Black Phone, Death on the Nile, The Batman, Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, Glass Onion, A Knives Out Mystery.
I have a few issues with some of the stuff someone put on this list.
Listen, it's not science, folks.
Ryan really liked Sonic 2, okay? And the inclusion of Sonic the Hedgehog 2.
Sonic the Hedgehog 2.
Is it the Batman being on this list?
The Batman, yeah. What do you not like with the Batman?
Okay, so we can check that out right away.
What's your deal?
I had my bar pretty set on this. Like, hey, I don't want to be over. The trailers are so good that I don't want to set myself up for disappointment here. But even then, I didn't love this movie. I think it's solid. It's good. We can take it off the list. I just wasn't, even with my expectations met, I was still kind of like just whelmed. I wasn't like, either way, I was like, that was a movie. That was fine. I like parts of it. So, bam, gold. So it's going to be hard to live up to that, and we didn't know what a sequel to it would be. A part that, hey, Benoit Blanc's pretty cool. What if we just continue following him? And I don't think, this is another movie where I don't think it's bad. I just thought it was just, compared to Knives Out, It is just very fine.
Yeah.
It is just fine. It's not close to Knives Out quality, which is fine. It's still an enjoyable movie, but it's not, I didn't expect it to reach that level, but even still, I found myself still bummed that I was like, I was kind of hoping maybe you would prove me wrong, that it wouldn't be. It's just fine. Yeah. But yeah, we can remove it.
No, I agree. It doesn't feel as special as Knives Out. It doesn't have any of those, like, same... It doesn't hit as hard, but I also don't think it was trying to. It feels more like... I described it as it feels like literally a beach episode of a Knives Out movie, but that's just kind of the vibes. It's just kind of goofy.
Yeah. All right, well, there you go. We could take out... Yeah, we really are just taking out... We could take out Jurassic World, Damn Minions...
Didn't that win worst?
It is, but I did not expect.
What were your expectations going to that?
I did not.
I felt nothing.
I didn't watch it.
I didn't think it'd be that bad. I knew
really
it was
bad.
gonna be not good because Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom was not good.
Yeah.
But this was pretty fucking bad. So I set my bar low, and we had low expectations, but we were whatever the hell.
It really is like a Rise of Skywalker, Jurassic World kind of movie. It feels because it's not really about dinosaurs. There's so many people running around yelling.
We brought back Laura Dern and Sam Neill.
And all the trailers were like, they're finally back. Like, it was one of those things, and it's like, yeah, but why?
Like, they were a few more trailers. They might have been like the end of the Jurassic saga. Yeah, something like that, but we can take it off. It's fine.
Until Jurassic Universe
Yeah,
in like
exactly.
10 years.
Jurassic Multiverse.
Oh,
no! Let's see here.
What I want to say, I want to keep this on the list because I feel like my most disappointed movie of the year, I still think I'm the one who's seen this, is VHS 99.
Yeah.
Because the first two VHS movies, really fun. Viral, not good. But VHS 94 really, like...
Very good.
Very good and really, like, got it back on track and, like, set it up as, like, this direct-to-streaming thing. And it's like, okay, this is fun. This is the perfect place for these movies to exist. And then this movie comes out, VHS 99, and it's so just lazily made, and like the year isn't really important, and down to their core, all of the little short stories are pretty similar because they're all just like people run around and then a monster shows up and kills everyone at the end. And then also just the insulting thing of like there's not even a framed narrative. They can't even bother doing that anymore. It's like, but that was like, those were never like the point of the movie, but they were always just like a fun thing to like tie everything together and make it feel like, oh, this is some weird thing that someone stumbled across or whatever. And it's just very disappointing. That being said, very excited for 85 this year.
Yeah, right. That was a weird thing because I'm like, I look at that, the directors they have and the framing of being in the 80s. I'm like, there's a lot of cool shit we can do with this. Because isn't David Bruckner?
Yes, and I think Scott Derrickson too.
So like those are big
solid.
names.
Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully. But yeah, I haven't seen it yet, but I believe you that it's.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm comfortable leaving it on the list too, because the fact that a VHS movie came out and I don't even care to watch
That
it
is
pretty
true.
disappointing.
That is true. Okay, yeah, I can stay there for now. Scream 2022. I've mentioned that I didn't. I don't think it's top 3. But I'm the only one here who was disappointed in it. I was hoping for more, and it's fine. Yeah, I don't know. It's just like, we're just circling the drain on the Scream formula. Like, we're not doing anything new or exciting with it, and we're just keep making these movies now. It seems like we're back on it seems like another trilogy, which is fine. Good for Jenny Ortega, I guess. But I know the next one, I don't know if I can't remember, Ryan, was this one made by the people who did oh my god,
Ready or Not,
or was this next one?
It's both of these.
So yeah, that's
it's
disappointing.
the last year's one and this year's one.
So
both the Ready or Not guys.
Yeah,
they just got right on it.
I like that they said the phrase the requel, like the requel, which
I think I thought that was like a fun, like, because
put a name to this thing that is very much a thing.
Yes, that's very much a very annoying thing. And then
you talked about it on this podcast, how much you fucking hate it.
I really hate it. It's so obnoxious. I just keep thinking of like what's gonna be the next like thing people are gonna be like, oh my god, I loved the show Gargoyles. Remember show Gargoyles?
I do remember Gargoyles.
Yeah, I just can't wait for people like, oh my god,
they're re-releasing the game for the show.
Oh,
I don't know why.
Okay.
I'm also, spoilers for Scream 2022. I'm also disappointed they killed David Arquette. That's what I gotta say. So that's disappointing. But we can. He
was very good in that movie.
Yeah.
It was a good. I thought it was a good way to say goodbye to his character, though. I like that.
All right. So the list so far is Thor: Love and Thunder, VHS 99, Men, Sonic 2, The Northman, The Black Phone, Death on the Nile, and Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Who put Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness here?
I didn't.
I didn't.
Did I accidentally put it on here?
Because we put it as one of the best surprises. Or
I don't know why it's here.
Oh, man.
Take it out of here.
Oh,
Sorry.
man. Oh, no. Doctor Strange slipped into universe.
Yeah,
That's the
whoa.
most disappointing
Get out of
movie.
here,
Oh,
buddy.
no.
Yeah, that's a pretty good movie. Anyway.
Speaking of what will probably stay on this list, I think, is Thor, Love and Thor.
What a shit ass movie.
Yeah, I mean,
Shit ass. And I think we talked about it last time
worst movie, yeah.
where it's just like, of all the Marvel movies, it had a lot going for
Yes.
it, where like it felt like it could be its own thing without being tied down to some of the other stuff. You know, fun actors, director, but then just somehow I really don't know what happened, but it just all falls apart.
It just feels phoned in.
Yeah.
Yeah. It didn't win our worst movie, I think, because we are going to talk about it here, but yeah, I think that this was the one I was looking forward to, where like, hey, Ragnarok was a surprise. I didn't know, nobody expected the movie after The Dark World to be so
One
good.
of the best Marvel movies, yeah.
And it's just pretty disappointing. I think, pretty big bummer. I think that's staying on this list. It's not a good time, folks. Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Was it really disappointing that Sonic the Hedgehog 2 was...
I mean, I knew I wouldn't like it.
Exactly.
I don't know if I put it on here, but I knew I would not like this movie.
We could take Sonic the Hedgehog 2. It's on par.
Yeah, it is. It is
it's
definitely
fine.
equal to the
It
first
is equal.
one.
Maybe slightly more enjoyable, but
Maybe.
It has Shamar Moore in it, so it's more enjoyable
It does.
for me.
The Northman. Were y'all disappointed with The Northman? I haven't seen it.
I am, because it's the new Robert Eggers
That's
movie.
true.
And
Yeah.
I feel like I don't care about that movie at all.
So that's disappointing.
Yeah.
It doesn't have I mean, even as I was watching it, I was like, this, it falls in my own mental category of I think we've talked about it before. It's like a Dunkirk movie.
Yes.
Where I'm like, so well made. This is beautiful. I don't give a shit at all about
100%. 100%.
Great performances, stunning visuals, very well made.
Yeah,
Couldn't care less.
It
about
continues
it.
his tradition of like very like the dialogue just feels so like of that certain era that he's trying to capture, but just like I just care so little about all of that movie. I don't know what it is, but it was just a very empty theater. I saw it alone, and then I was like, this is not very hype. But it's crazy because like for a lot of people, like they love.
I know.
This movie.
I wish I felt that.
And I'm just like, I don't understand though. Like it's just a revenge movie. There's nothing.
Yeah.
And it occasionally has like those like kind of more wacky moments, but like they're so far apart from everything else. It just makes me want to rewatch The Green Knight and be like,
Green Knight is a much better
It is
version of this same sort of guy on a quest.
guy on like a medieval like type quest. Yeah. So
Okay.
yeah, when your main thought like leaving a movie is like, I like this other movie better. That is completely different and like doesn't involve Vikings. Like that is disappointing. It is still very good, so I don't know if it hangs for top 3 personally, but
Yeah, we're kind of. We could stay here for a little bit. I think it's definitely disappointing for Universal and Robert Eggers. I'm sure.
Yeah, that is also disappointing.
Yeah. But the Black Phone. I'm the only person here who hates on the Black Phone, right?
I think it's fine.
I
like
it a lot.
I turned around on it. It wasn't what I thought it would be, but looking back on it, it's like, okay, I can respect that.
It's a
for
very
what
confusing
it is.
movie for me. I'm like, what are you doing? I don't get it. I don't get it. And that's a me thing. I don't get it. My expectations were set, I don't know, pretty all right from those trailers. Like, I think this is gonna be some movie, and I like Sinister, and I even like the first Doctor Strange. So hey, and I like Ethan Hawke. I'm sure this will be a fun time. And this was weird Joe Hill, Stephen King nonsense.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. So we could take it off. I'm the only guy here, so.
I do think it could have used more Ethan Hawke.
Oh yes,
100%. It was such a. You could tell he was having fun playing this weird ass character, and they didn't really give him much to do.
Yeah, no.
Too many ghost phone calls.
Too many phone calls. Yeah.
But that kid's arm was mint.
That was mint.
That's so fucking funny.
Most surprised. This should have been a contender for most surprising that this was a thing that came out this year. Death on the Nile, folks.
Man, I think
it's disappointing.
I'm probably the only one who feels this deeply.
I haven't seen the first one.
The first one rocks. And the second one is trash.
Would you describe it as trash? I thought it was whatever.
Well, I mean, it's what it is, whatever, but it's also trash. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's not very good, and I don't know. It feels like it was delayed like 3 years, but like it really feels dated. And I get that's like, oh, it's based on an Agatha Christie book from like the 50s or whatever. It's like I know that, but like this really feels dated though. Like everything here just feels, inconsequential, and none of the characters like really stick out besides what's his name?
Hercule Poirot.
Yeah, Hercule Poirot. And then they added that weird origin story to why he has his mustache. Oh. Do you remember that?
Oh, yes!
You want to tell that story, Carrie? Because I only faintly remember it.
I forget, too.
He went to war,
he was in the war, and his face got blown apart.
Up a grenade
and he
or
looks
something?
like a fucking Frankenstein's monster.
But only in the beard area.
In the beard mouth area.
Yeah,
so he's like, I gotta grow this huge ass mustache.
Comedical mustache.
But I feel like if your face got blown apart and you had to get some sort of skin graft or something, you would not have beard follicle. It doesn't matter. But
That's
so weird.
I don't think you would grow a beard that good looking.
That immaculate beard. Yeah, that mustache is insane.
My face is fine, and my facial hair does not grow well at all. So I don't understand it.
Yeah, no. It's not very good, but I do know what you mean. How it feels dated. It feels from another time. Like for instance, the inclusion of Armie Hammer as a leading man.
You know what? I forgot about that.
Very funny.
Very funny.
Also, Gal Gadot, not great.
No.
Oh no,
not
there
good.
is enough champagne to fill the Nile. I love that.
It feels like she's playing a bit character or something. I mean, she is, but I don't know if she knows that. Like, you're really hamming it up.
What's crazy about this is I think he's making the third movie. Is that not a thing?
I don't know.
I think he's making a third one of this series.
Yeah.
Maybe George can
like
confirm that.
Like this one wasn't good, and like in retrospect, it's even worse because I feel nothing for it.
Yeah.
And as opposed to the first one that I loved, but I will still continue to support and love anything Kenneth Branagh does. Except Belfast. That movie sucked.
I still not see that.
Don't.
It's weird how like we have two like murder mysteries that came out this year, both like beach themed.
Both bad.
Just very strange.
Yeah.
I mean, it's on the docket, but who knows?
Who knows?
Yeah.
Because like that first one, like I didn't love Murder on the Orient Express, but like it had a very big, large, like wild cast.
That cast was insane.
And this one was just like, we got Army.
Haunting in Venice. Yeah.
Oh right, yeah. We got Russell Brand.
But yeah, I assume, Carrie, you're very much the Coca-Cola company doesn't like me. That's okay. I'll keep drinking that garbage, as former President Donald Trump said. Yeah.
Yes. As a Diet Pepsi drinker myself.
Okay.
But yeah, no.
Do you think does it hang for you though?
Let's talk about Men.
Ugh.
That's pretty disappointing from the guy who worked on Devs and Annihilation.
Yeah.
And,
it's his first like non sci-fi kind of horror thing. So like you can see like he's trying to branch out a little bit, but staying weird.
I worked on Dread and Ex Machina. It's it's a pretty big bummer.
Yeah.
It's got scenes that are good, but I would say it's disappointing as hell.
Yeah, very much so.
I think just because, like, I don't know, I like the vibes of the trailer.
It's a good trailer.
I like how it's just Jesse Buckley being bothered by like one of 1,000 of the same looking guy.
Jesse Buckley to be like, that's pretty good.
It's a very fun idea, but it just didn't go anywhere with it in a way.
I mean, it didn't go anywhere.
It's a very shallow movie.
I think if you watched it with like the volume off, you'd be like, oh, that's great.
Absolutely.
It's only when like it starts getting to be like, oh, men, right? And it's like, yeah, I know.
I know.
Can we say one more thing about Men? I'm aware.
Is this list Thor, Love and Thunder, VHS 99, and Men?
Yeah,
I think so.
For me, yeah.
Honestly.
I think so as well. Okay, cool. Let's cut the Northman, Death on the Nile.
Death on the Nile.
What's the winner?
Mine is honestly VHS, but I can also make a point for
It's
Men.
weird because this category is like, I don't give a shit about any of these movies.
Yeah.
For real.
Who's gonna win?
I think, mine personally would probably be Men. but it also has like some redeeming qualities because like Thor has 0 redeeming qualities in my opinion.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I haven't seen VHS 99, so I don't have the disappointment. But again, the concept that I haven't seen it,
that's also
says something.
I don't know.
Let's give it a Thor.
Thor. I think
fuck you.
I think that's good because I think Thor won Best Surprise in 2017.
Yeah, there we go. Full circle moment. Get on your shit, Taika, dummy.
Dingus.
I believe his next indie film is coming out this year.
All right.
It originally had Armie Hammer in it, from what I remember, but I believe it was refilmed to take him out.
That's awesome.
So
that always goes well.
That always goes well. Yeah.
Listen, I'm just looking forward to more Taika Waititi in the pirate show. Our Flag Means Death. So
I still have only seen one episode
it's
of
so
that.
good.
Okay. Moving on. Next category. Congratulations, Thor: Love and Thunder. You're the most disappointing movie of 2022. All right, folks. Put on your thinking cap. This is always a hard one, especially because we put all our performances in one bucket. This is best performance of 2022.
We don't narrow down by gender in this podcast.
We don't see gender here.
Yeah.
Unfortunate for the prospective winners because there's less chances to win, baby.
Just get good.
Get good. Exactly. Anyways, this is a long list. Who wants to read best performance? I can, but I'll open the floor. Ryan, Carrie?
I'll do it. I don't care.
All right, Carrie.
All right. So we have Amber Midthunder as Naru in Prey. We have Johnny Knoxville as Johnny Knoxville in Jackass Forever. We have Gabriel LaBelle as Sammy Fableman in The Fablemans. We have Michelle Williams as Mitzi Fableman in The Fablemans. And we have Paul Dano as Bert Fableman in The Fablemans. We have Charan as Alluri Sitarama Raju in RRR. We have Rachel Sennott as Alice in Bodies, Bodies, Bodies.
Yes.
We have Lee Pace as Greg in Bodies, Bodies, Bodies. We have Cate Blanchett as Lydia Tar in Tar. We have Mia Goth as Pearl in Pearl. We have Mia Goth as Pearl and Maxine Minx in X. We have Brendan Gleeson as Colm Doherty in The Banshees of Inisherin. We have Colin Farrell as Podrick Sulebahain in The Banshees of Inisherin. We have Colin Farrell as Jake in After Yang. And we have Colin Farrell as the Penguin in The Batman. We have, oh no, I can never say this man's name. Why'd I do this? We have Rafe Fiennes as Chef Julian Slowick in The Menu. We have Rebecca Hall as Margaret in Resurrection. We have Tilda Swinton as Alethea Binney in 3,000 Years of Longing. We have Idris Elba as the Jinn in 3,000 Years of Longing. We have Tom Hanks as Colonel Tom Parker in Elvis.
Boo!
Hey, we don't know who put that. We have Michelle Yeoh as Evelyn Wang in Everything Everywhere All at Once. We have Ki Hui Kwan as Waymond Wang in Everything Everywhere All at Once. We have Stephanie Hsu as Joy Wang and Jobu Tupaki in Everything Everywhere All at Once. We have Dolly De Leon as Abigail in Triangle of Sadness. We have Adam Driver as Jack Gladney in White Noise. We have Keke Palmer as Emerald Haywood in Nope. We have Daniel Radcliffe as Weird Al Yankovic in Weird, the Al Yankovic Story. And lastly, we have Jenny Slate as Marcel in Marcel the Shell with Shoes on.
Woo! Man. All right.
I want to apologize to that Irish man whose last name I fucked up. Colin Farrell's character. I have no idea if I said that.
All right. Johnny Knoxville is Johnny Knoxville and Jackass Forever. It's a great final arc for that character.
He literally almost killed himself.
But I don't think it's going to make it. Again.
Oh, man.
A full arc.
It's just an honor to be nominated, Johnny.
Yep. Mm-hmm. The real arc of life and death and the elasticity of the human body as you get older.
And the strength of friendship.
Exactly, yes.
I think one good way to start for us to start narrowing down is look at the stuff with multiple movies and say okay, what's the best performance from that film?
I think that's gonna be hard, actually.
That is gonna be really hard.
As soon as you said that, I was like, that's gonna be hard.
Okay.
Should we go for the multiple Colin Farrells first?
That's the hardest one to choose from.
All right.
How do you choose between him being my donkey, it's my robot, and
Ah! What are you showing me?
What are you showing me?
That's so true, actually.
All right, Jenny Slate as Marcel the Shell is not gonna make it. I'm gonna say that.
It's very good though. I love her little voice. I love Marcel. He's such a nice little guy. But that is fair. That is fair.
Get the hell out of here.
You know what?
Stupid show.
I'm gonna say one thing. Not authentic performance. Daniel Radcliffe was very ripped when he played.
So cut.
When he played Weird Al Yankovic. Everything else was spot on
The
except
most jacked I've ever seen that small man. When he
Yes.
played Weird Al.
Is Weird Al like tall or short?
Weird Al's tall.
Yeah, he's tall.
Okay.
So that's why it's extra
So they
funny
had-
that they got
like
a ripped shorty to play him.
I will say though, amazing performance.
No, for
It's
sure.
so funny. Like definitely one of like the funniest performances of the
That
year.
movie's great.
Not as funny as like a certain one on my list. Person that's on this list here.
Mm-hmm.
It's Rachel Sennott. It's got to be her.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I love Daniel Radcliffe. I love Weird the Al Yankovic movie. But I think
Okay.
that'll probably be cut.
Lee Pace as Greg in Bodies is probably not gonna make it.
But he's also so cut. I just love him, and I know that the listeners might not know this because I never talk about it, but I really love Lee Pace.
He's 6'5".
And he's so 6'5", and his performance in that movie is hilarious because he just plays a himbo, and he's really unassuming and goofy. But then he has that scene where they start cornering him, and he just switches, and it's very effective, and he becomes very scary, and you remember, oh yeah, this is a 6'5".
Yeah, this is a 6'5" man.
But yeah, no, that's not gonna make it. But I just want to give Lee Pace his flowers because I love him.
I remember we were talking about Lee Pace at some point recently, and I remember he was a voice in Weathering with You. I think he was the
Oh yeah, he was.
yeah.
He was the guy.
the journalist guy.
Gotta see that movie.
Let's see. All right.
I love the movie Prey. I think
Yeah.
Amber Midthunder really like knocked it out of the
She's
park.
great. Cast her in more stuff.
Yes, her and more stuff, 100%. I don't think it hangs, unfortunately, but
Yeah.
I love her, and I'm excited to see her in other stuff,
Yep, it's very good.
and maybe more Prey movies if they do more of those. That'd be awesome.
We'll see. Ooh.
Okay, you know what? Actually, someone actually why Tom Hanks, Colonel Tom
It's pretty
Parker,
good.
Elvis is on this list.
Come on.
We didn't put Elvis, who's nominated for an Academy Award.
Yeah, I mean,
We put it. No, like I don't
Yeah,
care.
I put the good performance. No, I don't think he did bad, but I don't care about his performance, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I
Austin
don't.
Butler, that is. Because it's like, you're just doing Elvis. And
Yeah.
like, that's impressive, but it's not as impressive to me as someone being like, I'm Tom Hanks and I'm gonna walk on this set.
I'm a little greasy rat.
Exactly. Do you want to fly, my boy?
That might be one of my least favorite. Like, I'm not saying bad performance, but that is one of my least favorite performances.
See, that's what I'm
of the
saying.
year.
It gets the people talking, right? It stirs something within you.
What if during the Academy Awards he does a presentation as Colonel Tom Parker?
I'm gonna lose my mind.
Much like how what's his name
Austin
showed up as
Butler.
a cat.
Oh, when James Corden and Rebel Wilson showed up in their cat suits.
Yeah,
That
was
would be hilarious.
That would redeem that horrible
if Tom
moment.
Hanks walked onto the stage as Colonel Tom Parker.
And it
Or
was not-
if he's in the audience as Colonel Tom Parker and it
they
keeps
put all the
cutting to him.
makeup on him just to sit in the audience.
And then when Austin Butler loses for Best Actor, cuts
Yep.
to him and he's like, "Oh,
My boy!
let's keep Tom Hanks there. For
Yes!
a while.
Crap in hell.
I think we can remove my good friend Ray Fiennes because it's good, but it's not outside the box for old Rafe. I don't think.
Definitely not. It's a very funny performance, and I personally just love thinking about him saying that was one memorable taco night, and him having to pretend like he was from Iowa. Was
Also that,
very
yes.
funny.
A lot of Midwest mentions in that. But yeah, I think we should take that out.
Get out of there.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Okay. I think Mia Goth as Pearl and Pearl is the actual Mia Goth performance in contention, right? Like the one we're talking about here, right?
I would say, for me,
That's more of a
probably,
performance. Because
Yeah,
that whole movie is just
it's
that
on her,
performance,
yeah.
yes. But while I feel like in X specifically, she was not, like, I like that character, but, like, I like the other characters too. Like, I don't know if she was my favorite, but Pearl is just Pearl, and the whole movie is dependent on that performance. If that was the...
it's the linchpin.
If that movie was about anyone else from the X, then it would not have been as fun.
And also, like, they wrote there's multiple moments in that movie where, like, Ty West and the people writing that movie were like, all right, Mia, you're gonna have to bring it for these two scenes. Like, the whole movie depends on, like, the monologue and the end credits thing.
Yeah.
Like, you have to bring it, or else this doesn't work. And she brings it.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
And I agree, but I really love her playing both parts in X, and I always think that's really fun and impressive when people can pull that off. But
especially when it's not, like, obvious that, like, she's playing the other
part.
part.
Yeah, I didn't even know until I looked it up afterwards, and I was like, oh, I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do also really love Maxine, and I'm looking forward to the Maxine
stoked.
movie. That's going to be awesome.
Stoked.
Because she's cool as hell. But we can remove the X.
Okay,
I gotcha.
I'm going to cut a few more before we read through this again.
As the only person who hasn't seen RRR yet, tell me your guys' thoughts on this person's
He's so
performance.
handsome, man. He's so handsome, dude.
You have not seen a man in pants and a shirt and suspenders until you've seen this man in a shirt and pants and suspenders.
I wasn't sold before,
Ryan.
but now I'm sold.
So folks who have not familiar, Charan plays in RRR one of the two main dudes in RRR. He plays super bootlicking colonist ultra cop, and then best friend to our other guy who is the exact opposite of that. And yeah, I just think he's got such a screen presence. It's just like this guy just looks like a fucking star,
He's a
man.
movie star.
Yeah, he just looks like Jesus Christ. Look at this guy. Hopefully he can actually cross over.
That would be cool.
I know he speaks English, but like, yeah, he just looks like a star, man. He just looks like he looks great, and he just does a great performance, and he's awesome. I have a hard time. I just want to give him a good shout out. Like, he's just fucking great. Like,
that movie rocks.
That kind of bums me out that RRR is only nominated for one Oscar. I haven't seen it because there's just so much props at this. Yeah, it just deserves a lot of props.
Yeah,
like,
the Oscars are weird with the international films because this wasn't India's like official submission.
Right, that's what I heard. That's why it didn't make
it's not in contention.
Yeah,
That's so weird.
yeah, that's why. So yeah, we can cut but yeah, very good stuff.
I don't doubt it. I just haven't seen it yet.
Sure.
So I'm just not sure.
It's a really fun movie. I think you'll like it.
I
don't know,
want,
hard to say.
I want to watch it.
It is an action movie, also.
But it's also
But
like really
it looks
good.
it looks fun, like a fun action movie.
It's so fun.
And not like one of those like Rick and Morty fun action movies where it's like we're having fun, but like also like we're seeing a
You don't like Terminator 2, so I don't know.
I do not like Terminator 2. I'm so sorry.
All right. Where do we go from here?
I'm looking at these Fablemans. I love me some
guys.
Fablemans. You know,
They're a little different.
Gabriel LaBelle, great for like I've never seen this kid before.
Yeah.
He
Yeah,
really
he's
kills
good.
it. I don't know how you approach a role where you were playing Steven Spielberg.
Yeah.
That's
For Steven Spielberg.
poor Steve. That is rough. First off, I'm pissed that no one put David Lynch as Ford.
You had access to this document as well, Ryan?
I forgot until just now. All right, that's why. But anyways, that's the real winner. No matter what we choose, that's the real winner.
That's true.
I love his performance so great. Paul Dano, like he really nails that, like, you know, dad who's like, when are you gonna put aside this whole movie hobby of yours? And then like towards the end, you know, he turns around a bit and it's very nice and emotional. But obviously Michelle Williams, like, just, I don't know how, just crushes everything and just, it feels like the whole movie's about her at certain points. It's crazy, and like you should expect that from Michelle Williams because she's so good.
She's very
but
good.
like she like took this movie about Steven Spielberg and just made it about her. It felt like it's crazy.
So we're saying we would cut Gabriel and Paul and keep
That's
Michelle.
how I would feel, because
I'm
I
fine
feel
with
like
that.
her performance really like trumps theirs. Not saying like theirs is like
They
ooh,
were shit. And
they were bad.
terrible.
No, I would die for Paul Dano.
Me too.
Yes, but like her performance there is just like it's hard to look at that movie and the other performances without them like being reliant on her as well. So I just feel like she just takes it all.
Yeah, I
You
agree.
can cut Gabriel and Paul.
I was a big fan of Paul Dano's performance in this, and I wanted to nominate Paul Dano for something because I didn't want to nominate him for the Riddler because I think it's hilarious, but I think it might objectively be a bad performance.
Yeah.
But it's amazing though.
Okay. I think the list is small enough
It's
now that we
getting
can
better.
reread it. Okay, so nominees remaining are Michelle Williams as Mitzi Fableman and the Fablemans, Rachel Sennott as Alice in Bodies, 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 Cate Blanchett as Lydia Tar in Tar, Mia Goth as Pearl in Pearl, Brandon Gleeson as Colm Doherty in The Banshees of Inisherin, Colin Farrell as Patrick Sullivan in The Banshees of Inisherin, Colin Farrell as Jake in After Yang, Colin Farrell as the Penguin in The Batman, Rebecca Hall as Margaret in Resurrection, Tilda Swinton as Alethea Binney in 3,000 Years of Longing, Idris Elba as the Jinn in 3,000 Years of Longing, Tom Hanks as Colonel Tom Parker in Elvis, Michelle Yeoh as Evelyn Wang in Everything Everywhere All at Once, Ki Hu Kwan as Wayman Wang and Everything Everywhere All at Once, Stephanie Sue as Joy Wang and Jobu Tupaki in Everything All at Once, Dolly De Leon as Abigail in Triangle of Sadness, Adam Driver as Jack Gladney in White Noise, and Kiki Palmer as Emerald Haywood in Nope. I love Rebecca Hall. Resurrection.
I think she's won like twice since we've done
I
these.
love her.
So statistically, she has the lead. And I love that performance, but it's honestly not my personal favorite of the year. I think some other actors.
Yeah,
like,
I agree with that.
kind of like, and maybe that's like this. Because like that whole movie is her performance, but I don't think the script is as solid as like some of her other scripts.
No, it's not as good as The Night House.
The Night House or Christine.
I haven't seen that yet.
You got to
It's
see
really
Christine.
good.
It's
It's
very
really
good. But yeah, I love. Like, listen, Rebecca, you're always welcome on the show. But I think this year we gotta like let some other people have it.
Yeah, we can cut it. Yeah.
I really want to cut.
No.
Parker
We're
first.
cutting Rebecca Hall before Tom Hanks.
Oh no, that's so mean.
But it's funny.
It
She'd
is.
get it. I bet she loves Tom Hanks' performance.
God.
If I know Rebecca Hall, like I think I do.
Like I definitely do.
Listen, her and I have the same birthday, so we understand each other.
Adam Driver is not doing anything brand new as Jack. Like, he's
What are you
being a
talking
weird
about?
little guy.
He's actually being a very weird large man.
Yes,
Yeah.
sure, yes.
And
We can cut him, please.
what?
He's not top 3.
Okay, fine.
But he's very funny.
He's so funny.
I don't understand.
How is he so funny?
Just because I don't understand the hold that this man has on me. He looks like a weird ass.
I don't get it either.
He's just the funniest person ever.
Like when I saw, like the first thing I saw him in was The Force Awakens. I think that's what a lot of people saw him first in. Like he was not my favorite performance at all in that.
No.
And then like I saw him in like little things like, oh, that's the guy from Star Wars. Then like slowly I was like, I would die for this man. I don't know what happened.
I think the first thing we saw him in actually would be that Daniel Radcliffe
Oh,
movie
yeah.
where he plays the friend.
He looked
Yes.
very different
Yeah.
in those two movies. And what I
But
mean
yeah,
was
he
like,
didn't register because I
What
didn't
If,
know who he
right?
was.
yeah, what if?
Exactly.
Also called the F word overseas.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Weird. Anyway.
Yeah, that's what beans and toast will do to you.
Yeah.
Okay. I like Donnie DeLeon as Abigail in Triangle of Sadness a lot.
I think we're the only people who've like really talked about that performance.
Yeah.
It's been around, but not loud. Yeah, it's a crowded season. It's rough. Yeah, but we can cut it. She's great.
Very good.
She's very good. Obviously, she comes into her like at the. I think also people don't love the final part of Triangle of Sadness, is what I've learned, and she's.
I don't like it a lot.
Yeah.
I like it, but I also wasn't expecting it.
Yeah.
So I think that's where people get tripped up because they were expecting
More
the
of the
whole
boat
thing to be the
shenanigans?
boat. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we can cut her. Okay. Colin Farrell.
What about him?
Our three winners: Colin Farrell,
Colin Farrell,
and Colin Farrell.
If I was to choose a winner out of those three Colin Farrell wins, it would be the Banshees of Inisherin.
I agree, but also the Penguin.
I would say Jake, but
I know you would.
I don't know. But also, I would say the Penguin. First off, like the commitment to like put on like that kind of like makeup and like give a performance that's so like out there.
So it's cool when the Penguin does it, but not when Tom Hanks does it.
No, it's still obviously Tom Hanks.
I get it.
Like they just extended like his like neck to like his whole.
Yeah.
Like that's it. Like Colin Farrell is like you cannot recognize that man.
No, absolutely not.
Which is what makes it even crazier that they even bothered hiring Colin Farrell for this role. Listen, it's fine. It's fine. Just
I'll cut it for you.
Yeah, I can't do it. I'm sorry.
Shout out to Colin Farrell. Good.
Yeah, goddamn.
Yeah.
Good year for him.
Holy shit.
I love a good like quiet somber performance. I know, crazy, right? So that's why I really love his performance.
And suddenly I can't edit the document. So
oh no!
Someone
delete
get
it,
thank you.
Oh no, the three winners are Colin Farrell, and the winner was Colin Farrell as the Penguin. Well, he is getting his own show, so that makes sense.
I am excited for that. I've never watched a superhero spin-off show, but that's the one I'm watching that.
It's gonna be amazing.
All right. It's getting thinner here. It's getting thinner.
I don't know if this hangs.
What?
I'm talking about bodies.
Yeah. She's
but
good.
I just gotta say, Rachel Sennott is one of the funniest people on the
She's
planet.
Unbelievably funny.
She is so especially funny in this movie. I think she has
Yeah.
another movie coming out this year from the same director as Shiva Baby, which you two need to watch. Shiva Baby.
Yeah.
Shiva Baby is so funny and so good. I describe it as like a comedy, but with the score of a horror movie, which is very, very fun.
It's also like 80 minutes, as I understand.
It's only 80 minutes, and it feels forever because it's such an anxious like experience, but it's also so funny. And she's so great. I cannot wait for her to just be in every comedy movie.
Yeah, she's great. Big fan of her. She sounds like my favorite. She like embodies the energy of my favorite tweets. She's like probably a good poster. I mean, I know she's a good poster because she's on Twitter. But yeah. Okay, rest in peace there. Man, I love 3,000 Years of Longing so much, but I don't think they're gonna make the top 3.
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah.
Top 3,000, maybe.
Jokes. We have fun here, folks.
I'm also a good poster. I just don't post.
But yeah, I'll cut them.
How is Tom Hanks still here on this list?
Fine, we can cut him now.
We cut Tilda Swinton before we cut Tom Hanks as Colonel Tom Parker.
I'm sorry.
Listen, I like Tom Hanks as a person. I like him in a lot of movies. I really hate this performance.
You better watch your mouth when you're talking about a man called Otto, okay? Oh my god. Oh man, well now I'm not invested anymore.
I'm leaving.
We're getting to it, folks. It's hard times now. Keke Palmer, how we feel about it?
I love this performance.
Congrats, she just had a baby. So.
That's true.
This is one of my favorite movies of the year. The performance is pretty much just Keke Palmer.
It is.
It is very fun though.
Yeah.
And it is definitely like my favorite performance from that film. But I don't think it hangs on this list.
Yeah, I don't either. I added it because I really like her.
Yeah,
and this
good
was
call.
like
Yes.
this was like her, because she's been around, but I feel like people like with her like her clips that went viral of her interviewing people on red carpet and her interview clips in
People
promotion
forgot
for this
about
film.
Dre, as they say.
Yeah, people forgot about Keke, and she's fantastic, and I love her. And this performance was great.
Yeah, it's very good.
But get out.
All right. I like Tar a lot. I don't think Cate Blanchett as Lydia Tar is going to make it.
If I'm being Actually, no. If I'm like thinking of like who's nominated for best actress, I was like, it's probably gonna be Lydia Tarr, but then I remembered someone else is on this list who I think and want to win more than anyone now, who I think we'll get to because she might be the winner of this. I don't know.
We'll see, man. Okay.
I think I don't know. I'm talking about Michelle Yeoh. Obviously.
Yeah, I'm gonna be real with you. The Everything Everywhere All at Once group is hard.
It is very hard.
I love all of them so much.
But I don't know, Cate Blanchett. I don't know, man. I like her.
I love Cate Blanchett. And it's also fun just because like she rarely has a movie that's just her. I feel, and this. She is Lydia Tarr.
Yeah.
And like it really shows like, wow, you are a very good actor.
She's very good in this movie.
But I agree. It's a tough list, so I don't know if it really.
What I'll say is I think that
also wasn't she canceled?
Yeah, she was canceled.
Lydia Tarr, I'm sorry. Lydia Tarr, you got canceled. You can't be on the list.
Yeah. I feel like you guys feel stronger about Michelle Williams than I feel about Cate Blanchett. So, as I don't love Michelle Williams in The Fablemans, sorry. I think she's good.
I think it's a standout role from that movie.
But yeah, I agree.
But now that we're narrowing things down,
I wasn't gunning for her.
That is one I could cut, but I don't know.
I wasn't gunning for her.
If we're being honest, I prefer Cate Blanchett over Michelle Williams.
Oh, so we should remove them both.
I think we should remove Michelle Williams.
Okay, great.
Okay.
If I'm being honest.
Okay.
All right, now when it comes to these Banshees of Inisherin, how do we feel?
I love Brandon Gleeson so much.
I love Brandon Gleeson
He's really
too.
good.
Personally, my standout performance from this movie is Colin Farrell.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That not to dishearten good old Brendan Gleeson, father of Donald Gleeson.
Oh shit!
Right?
Donald
and Tiberius.
What is it? Is he the same? Well, there's more Gleesons, I think.
There's too many.
I don't remember.
And also not enough.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
He is the spy.
Yes. What do you? So right now we have Mia Goth as Pearl, Brendan Gleeson as Colm, Dougherty, Colin Farrell as the Banshee of Inisherin, Michelle Yeoh as Evelyn Wan, Ki Hugh Huan as Wayman Wan, and then Stephanie Sue as Joju Tabaki.
Stephanie, okay, I'm gonna say Stephanie is not gonna make it. I'm sorry. I like you a lot. It's a breakout role.
She's fantastic.
It's fantastic.
But if we're narrowing it down,
yeah,
I agree. I love her.
It's also hard when because like aren't the three of these guys nominated for like a lot of stuff right now?
Yeah, they're all nominated at the Oscars.
Yeah, and like that's tough. That's rough. But I think she'll continue having like really cool stuff.
Yes. She's got
in
a
the
whole
future.
career ahead of her.
Yeah.
People are smart.
True.
So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Am I?
Yep.
Yeah.
Because we got
a lot of these movies have very long titles.
Yeah.
Do we want to cut one from the doubles that we have because we have 2 Banshees and 2 Everythings?
Okay, I'm gonna say
difficult?
something that's gonna get me canceled.
Oh no!
I think Ke Huy Quan is the performance from Everything Everywhere All at Once. I think it is I think the whole movie, like, the emotional heart of it for me was in the resolving of like, hey, like we have to be kind. Like I don't know like what's happening, but it feels like it's my fault and all that. Like that moment was for me connected everything, and it also pushes everything else in the movie into motion. I don't know. He's also really nice and adorable. But that's just what I'll say, and that doesn't mean that's just what I'll say.
No,
I agree with that.
I do agree with that statement, and I feel like I've read a lot of stuff of people being like that is the performance, and like that movie would not be what it was without.
Yeah.
Specifically, like his take on that kind of like father character.
Yeah.
Michelle Yeoh is also very good.
She's
at that movie.
She's so fucking good.
She's so good. She really like sells the whole being dropped into this, and then the emotional connection with like her daughter, and just the world and everything, and it's. So and then also like having like those moments with like the hot dog finger stuff, and like being able to play that so seriously and genuinely is like, oh man, that's so like. How do you get an actor to make a scene so ridiculous, like also make you cry? It's They're both crazy performances. I don't know. It's
from
difficult.
The guys who brought you Swiss Army Man.
Yeah.
I knew
So we're
from the start.
cutting both of the Banshees.
So what I'm saying is here is like one of these two has to be cut. Either or we have to be like, I guess we're gonna have two of the same movie.
I don't give a shit. Actually, I don't give a shit. Let's do it.
Do we want so that we have one spot?
Well, of the like, I
What do
mean,
you
I'll
think,
be
Harry?
transparent. Mia Goth is my lock.
I know. That's why I'm not
I didn't know
touching this.
that, so that's good to know.
But what I'm saying is, I love Banshees of Inisherin. I love it.
Yes,
Yeah,
I
But
like it a
as
lot.
far as these, I love Michelle Yeoh and Ki Hoi Kwan more than either of the two from Banshees.
Yes,
If I'm being
I
1
can
million
live with that.
% honest.
I agree with that.
I can live with that.
Because they're both great. I don't know what else to say about those performances. They're just very sad and like beautiful.
It's so good.
And I don't think the movie could be what it is without those two specifically.
Yeah. And like their history in life as well makes the performances even more strong.
Yeah. So, who's the winner?
Okay, so we have Mia Goth as Pearl,
Michelle
Michelle
Yeoh.
Yeoh as Evelyn, and Ki Kwan as Waymond. I know what Carrie's is, and I'm trying to think what mine is, because...
Mine, like I said, mine's Ke Huy Kwan.
I mean,
Because-
honestly, I know that the Mia Goth is like a personal thing for me, but I know Ryan loves her as well, but also...
I do love her, but like I also... Because that movie is just her performance, and I love her performance, but I don't like the movie very much. I think...
Ryan the math is not mathing.
I know, because like the thing is, like, looking at a prequel, like, you know where it's going to go eventually. I feel like it's trying to like parallel a thing, but it's also so different from the original, from that original thing.
for sure.
So like it's a little, so it feels a little disconnected, and the way it plays out, it feels like an origin story, but there's also like more leaps like these two characters, Pearl and her husband, need to make to get to where they are in X, especially with the husband who's just like who's no
in
one
3 minutes.
in for 3 minutes of the movie. And that's stuff about the movie that I don't like, but I cannot understand like how like incredible Mia Goth is in that movie, because because like you agree with like her, and she's fucking crazy.
She's insane, but I'm like, same, girl,
Yeah.
same.
and it just shows like how like crazy of an actress she is, and a writer too, because she had like a writing credit on this movie, and she's so talented, and I'm very excited for Maxine, because because my hope with Maxine, will have more of like the fun of X, but with all the focus on Mia Goth, which like that's a movie right there. But I think Ki Kwan.
Yeah,
That's what I'm thinking.
I would agree
because
with that.
Michelle Yeoh is great. I desperately want her to win Best Actress.
That would be so good.
But also I think it would be more important to be that Ki Kwan wins Best Supporting Actor.
Yeah, well, I think he's a lock.
I think
beyond-
he's a lot.
I think I need to double check like who's on that list, because I honestly don't remember.
He's won it like every single.
I know, right?
If he doesn't win, that will be absolute bull.
I think
It will be.
Michelle, there is a chance. A slim...
And I think her only real competition is Cate Blanchett as Lydia
Yeah.
Tarr.
Yeah.
And even then, it's like, I'll be disappointed because I like everything more. But it's also like, that is a very good performance. So I can't really, like, but like, I don't know. These both need to win.
Yes.
Like I would like Everything Everywhere All at Once to win Best Picture at there too. But what I need personally is for those two to win those Best Actor awards.
That would be so awesome.
Oh man!
Congratulations, Ki Huy
I love
Kwan
this.
as Waymond Wang, Best Performance
Winner.
of 2022. Mia Goth as Pearl, and Michelle Yeoh as Evelyn Wang, also good. Okay. How are we feeling? Still good to go?
Yes.
Yes. I'm just adding our emojis to the document.
Thank you. Very important. Okay. Ryan.
Yes.
Standout moment is the next category.
Okay, I can do this.
This is the beefy one.
This is a beefy one, yes. And I guess spoilers for if you haven't seen
full
these.
spoilers. This is
Full spoilers,
for
yes.
these movies.
All right, so we have Rebecca Hall trauma dumps on the intern in Resurrection.
Winner.
Tim Roth has a bun in his oven, also in Resurrection. We Have to Be Kind / In Another Life, Waymond's end monologue from Everything Everywhere. Evelyn and Joy final confrontation / reconciliation and everything everywhere. The mission run, the first 40 minutes
The final
40 minutes of Top Gun Maverick. There's a lot of text here, George. I'm sorry. The entire 3/4 of 3,000 years of longing. Does that mean the first?
That means like the rest of the movie.
Until the final act of the movie.
It's a whole one moment to me. Anyways,
no, I understand. Nicholas Hoult cooks his own shit dish in the menu. They just don't like you no more. I just don't like you no more in the Banshees of Inisherin. The end credits in Pearl. Pearl's monologue in Pearl. Pearl dancing to
Wee Wee Marie.
Wee Wee Marie and X. The ending of Tar. Honestly, yeah. Conservative teacher owns woke student laughing emoji in Tar. The opening interview / You Cannot Start Without Me in Tar. Nanu from RRR. Natu from RRR. I don't know how to say this other thing from RRR.
Fumoran Bimudo, I think it is, yeah.
Spoilers, RRR.
If you watch the video we have in the document, Don't worry about it, folks. It's for us.
Do you want to meet the greatest film director of all time, the Fablemans? Ooh, that's already really hard to not lose. A podcast takes a lot of work from bodies. Just every time they go underwater, Avatar: The Way of Water.
You had to say that, folks. You read it out loud.
The opening in Nope. Raining blood in Nope. Killing the alien in Nope. The dad's reaction to find out the truth about Esther in Orphan First Kill. I forgot about that movie coming out.
I didn't.
The opening credits of After Gain. Cold open / the splat heard around Haddonfield in Halloween Ends. He's white in Elvis. If I Can Dream, performance in Elvis. Unchained Melody, performance in Elvis. New Body Ruma in White Noise. Capitalist versus Socialist Joke Hour in Triangle of Sadness. The Matt Smith Dance in Morbius. I Started Therapy in The Fablemans. Trauma Cabin, aka 45 Seconds That Justify the Existence in the film Smile and Smile, big time spoilers. Killing the Predator in Prey, opening monologue in The Batman. Silence of the Lambs / Snake plus Lights bit in Jackass Forever. I have no clue what that even means. I hope the food's better at this joint in Morbius and The Last Dance in Aftersong. Woo! Wow.
A lot of stuff there, folks.
Oh, man. All equally incredible moments.
Yeah, I love that. I hope the food's better than this joint is nominated right next to The Last Dance and Aftersong, because I added that last minute because I thought about it.
Okay, there's a lot of stuff here, folks. Joke stuff. I think the...
What do you mean joke stuff? Honestly, the Academy Awards need more joke nominations.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
We need a little fun category.
Yeah.
A little fun.
Actually, it's not even that much of a joke. I really like the opening interview, You Cannot Start Without Me, in Tar, when she's having the interview. Mm-hmm. It works for me, but I don't think it's one of the best moments. It's just a standout moment for me. I was like, oh, okay, I get this. You can delete it, Ryan. Where do I want to go here? I don't like the Matt Smith dance in Morbius. Folks.
What? You can't deny that is the standout moment from that movie.
I hope the food's better in this joint.
That is very funny, especially because it's so confused. Even if you understand what's going on behind it, it's so confusing.
Just nonsense.
So stupid.
So yes, I can remove the Matt Smith dance for you.
And that's all I can.
If I can find it, this list is crazy.
Oh God. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Carrie, is there anywhere you want to go right now?
I can get my orphan one out of the way first if we want.
Yeah, what's the deal with that? Because that movie's not that bad, right?
That movie's really fun. I can spoil it if you want, but basically at the end of the movie, I linked the clip if you're interested. I could show it later, but there's a moment where the mom and Esther are hanging off of a roof. Do you guys both know the thing of what?
Yeah, she's an adult.
Okay, she's an adult woman. So there's just this moment that made me laugh, and when I was thinking over moments from the year, and I love this moment so much, where the dad doesn't know the situation. The mom fully knows the situation. And they're both hanging off the edge of the burning house about to die. And the dad is like approaching them, trying to save them. And he walks up and Esther's like, Dad, save me. And he's like, oh, and then the mom's just like, she's not Esther, she's a grown woman. And the dad just goes, what? And the mom falls and dies.
That is very
it's
funny.
So fucking funny.
That
This
is
movie
very
is
funny.
really good. Like, it's not really good, but it's a lot better than I thought.
Better
it would be.
than a orphan prequel coming out 20 minutes later.
Yeah, I probably should have included it in Best Surprise to give it a better shout out.
That's
but
true.
It's very, very funny.
Okay.
So we can get rid of that, of course, but it was so fucking funny. And that movie, give it a shot. Give it a shot.
New Body Roomba and White Noise, good. I don't know if it's one of the best. I just shout out.
I like that a lot. I think it's just a fun way to end that film, and it's so like stylish and just enjoyable, and like that song is so catchy, and I honestly love that. That might be, besides all the apocalypse stuff that happens in that movie, that's probably my favorite part of that movie. It's also just a fun way to end a film, but there is something on this list that's also a fun way to end a film, so it's hard to compare those two. So, yeah, that's okay. We can remove that.
Carl.
Get the hell out of here.
Ba-da-ba-ba.
So, George, when you say every time they go underwater in Avatar: The Way of Water,
That's true. It's very good,
is that
man.
one moment or several?
That's several moments.
Okay.
Very
It's
good.
probably like an hour and a half worth of
Yeah.
moments.
We can delete it, but it's fucking good, folks. And with that, the final 40 minutes of Top Gun Maverick are the movie. It's fucking awesome. It's very good stuff.
Is it just plain stuff?
It's the mission, because it's the whole thing. Like the whole movie's like, we got to do this
Yeah.
impossible mission.
And it
The 40 minutes
sounds
like,
very impossible.
we got to
It's
do this
scary.
impossible mission now. That's
Not
it.
to be confused with Mission Impossible.
But very similar, same director, same
real tough.
But yeah, we can I'll take off the mission run and every time they go in the water and Avatar: The Way of Water. But it's fucking
Okay.
good, folks.
Look, I agree with you.
Do you?
No. I love A Podcast Takes a Lot of Work. I think that's probably the funniest joke from that movie. I especially love you hate listen to her podcast.
What?
Just that delivery of that line is so good, and it's very funny, but it's a tough category, so I don't know if it hangs.
Yeah, probably not.
Good stuff.
To be honest. Very funny though.
Conservative teacher owns woke student in Tar. I just wanted to make that joke. I didn't really. That's it.
I do like that scene a lot. That is
Yeah.
very fun. Just seeing him all nervous and her just being like, and then, towards the end where it's like, oh my god.
Oh!
Yeah, that is very fun. Yeah, I don't know. It's a very good scene, and when it goes back to the end to bite her, it's just very fun.
Oh yeah, real quick. Apartment for Sale, also very good. In Tar.
Oh my god.
Oh
yeah.
yes.
Top of the charts.
And then the ending too, when she does a fucking monster hunter.
Yeah, we can
So
cut that too, I
funny.
guess, if we want. But that was pretty good.
That's insane.
That's very funny.
I had no idea what was going on. I was like, what the hell is this?
It was just not what I was expecting.
Right. Well, I just had no idea of that as a concept of a thing that happens. So then I Googled it and I was like, oh!
Yeah. That is what a canceled person would do.
But yeah, we can cut that as well. I'll cut it.
Nicholas Hoult cooks his shit dish in the menu.
Dude.
One of the funniest parts of that
That's
movie.
so fucking funny.
I love them giving him his little apron. I love it's get him some shallots. Come on, guys.
The
Let's
chef needs shallots.
Everyone, let's gather
And
around
he's
him.
gonna cook the shallots in some butter. Groundbreaking.
And I just love the end of it's really quite
Bad.
And then you just see everything in this man break immediately.
I just think it's I rarely have seen something on. It happens sometimes when you watch something on a movie or a TV. It's embarrassing. That's hard for you to fucking watch.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Where it's just
Secondhand cringe.
And again, what happens after the end of this? He kills himself. It's fair enough. Fair enough.
The whole movie spends
Guess I'll
itself.
kill myself.
The whole movie spent itself being like, at the first you're like, oh, he's just kind of like a disconnected.
A dick.
At first you're like, oh, he's just kind of a disconnected rich guy, and then you're like, oh, he sucks.
Oh, he's evil.
This guy sucks. And then like that happens, and you're like, yes. Yes. It's like seeing Rudy Giuliani perform it for the 7 seasons landscaping. It's like, yes, I normally hate watching this man speak, but this is so funny. I have to see it.
Man, that's really good. You couldn't write that shit, huh?
You can't write that.
That was the best.
It's so funny.
Of all of the...
Those are equally comparable
Well,
moments.
it's a large group of Rudy Giuliani fumbles. That was by far my favorite.
Good stuff. All right. Yeah, but we're cutting the Nicholas Hoult.
I'm cutting it. It's great, and I love it, but...
Also, we can cut the entire 3/4 of 3,000 Years of Longing. That's most of a joke because for me, I was like completely transfixed for the first part of that movie, and then I was less so.
It kind of drops off.
Yeah, but I was like,
yeah, it's very
very
good.
good.
It has me. But yeah, we can cut that as well. Ba-da-ba-ba.
So, Carrie, you're a big fan of the splat heard around the world.
God, dude.
Yeah.
It does not hang at all, but holy shit, that is the best way to start a movie.
It is the most, somehow the most memorable part of a Halloween movie. A sequence that does not even involve Michael Myers.
But it involves just the idea of him stokes so much fear in this town that this guy's willing to fucking suplex a child down a flight of stairs. It's amazing.
No, I'm not disagreeing with you. It is very funny. But it does hurt when the rest of the movie after that sucks.
What's up to
It's up to some people.
Calm down.
That's your opinion, man.
That's your opinion, man. But, no, yeah, it definitely doesn't hang, but I think that just that opening is so well done, and I don't know what else to say about it. It's pretty damn good.
Oh, can you explain to me Silence of the Lambs /
yeah.
in Jackass
Okay.
Forever?
No, I want you to guess.
There is no way I could possibly put those things together.
It's some of the most easiest prank in Jackass Forever.
Yeah.
But it's
Is it the cum part of
No.
Not at all.
Carrie,
Damn
you can
it!
remember
It's basically, because you know how Jackass works. All of these guys are constantly on edge because they're ready for a prank to happen at any time. So they're always like, God, what the fuck's gonna happen? So they're told that they're gonna participate in this skit with, there's a snake. There's like an animal trainer in the room with a snake in a box.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, you just sit in this room and wait, and then we'll figure it out. And then they kill the lights in the room and like make noises to insinuate that the snake has escaped. The snake has not escaped. I don't even remember if there was a snake.
There's nothing there.
But so the prank is they think they're in this dark room with a snake, and then they have people come in.
I think they have a fake snake that they...
Yeah, they're like poking them
yeah.
with fake snakes, and then just like hitting pans and stuff around them and like totally discombobulating them, and they're trying to figure out a way to get out of this room. And then they finally reveal that there's a door, and they're like, oh, finally a door and escape. But then there's like a hanging frying pan right in front of the door. And they just walk right into it, and it's just the most satisfying boom. And then they fall down onto a bed of mouse traps. And it's so well done, and it's perfect.
That is a good ending to that bit.
It's
I'm not gonna lie about that.
so Looney Tunes, and it was amazing.
Yeah, it's the most like simple, like not
and it's like not even like the idea of the mouse traps is kind of gross, but I was just gonna say it's like one of the more innocent air quote ones because it's just it's just pure fear.
Yeah, I like the bonking. The mousetrap thing I'm not as much a fan of. But just like they're like, oh, I'm finally out, bonk.
Yeah, we need something to push it over the edge.
The reveal of the second room that is still a trap is just so fucking funny.
Yeah, we can cut that. It's very good though. It's my favorite part of that movie.
Me too. Yeah.
Other than the guy who with the COVID who has the mask, you keep thinking he's gonna throw up, and then he finally throws up in the mask.
He has to take off the mask, dude.
That's pretty.
They have a running bit where there's one cameraman who always gets super grossed out by the stuff they're doing, and he almost throws up. But they're filming during COVID, so he's got a COVID.
Yeah, that's also pretty funny.
Can't write that.
I also liked the bear bit, but that's a personal thing.
I don't think the 2 resurrection moments are gonna make it. I think Rebecca Hall trauma dumps on the intern, which is a very good moment, a monologue for Rebecca Hall. But then once it ends and you realize she's just dumping all this on the intern, and then they were like, So yeah, that's it. It's
And
just
then
like,
the intern's like,
what?
That's the most horrible thing I've ever heard. Not like, I'm so sorry. It's like, what the hell is wrong with you?
Why did you put that in my brain?
And then the Tim Roth has a bun in his oven. That is very funny.
It's just more like, yeah, I love the movies. Great stuff, folks.
Yeah, that's what that guy should have seen at the end of Babylon.
We gotta make our own.
That guy would be crying for a different reason if we made our own supercut of like the ultimate moments in film. Bonk. Ah!
He's white.
Anyways,
Jesus
yeah, I can
fucking
cut
Christ.
those two. Okay, we gotta cut this a little bit more before we go. All right, listen, Natsu is fucking great. It's so
Holy
good.
shit.
It's a great piece of choreography.
That's the big song of the
It's
movie,
the
right?
most
Yes.
iconic song from the
Yeah,
movie.
there's a
Yeah.
few songs.
Yeah, it's just a amazing physical strength and a great choreography and set design. Again, it's just a great part in a musical where it's just like ba ba.
Yeah.
It's great.
The big number.
It's the big
And
number.
Electric as hell. It's so
Yeah.
good.
It's really good. Yeah, but it's not gonna make it. It's very good.
And then what is this other RR?
Let me see. Yeah, Kodoman Bimudu. Spoilers for RR. So like, this is a movie where we have, again, I think James Cameron loves this movie because at its heart, the setup for the movie is the most. We've told this story before in books, and like so much of like two best friends who don't know the other's the enemy because they don't whatever. And so this is the moment where like I guess I don't want to spoil it for you, Ryan, if it happens. But okay, it's a really emotional and good musical number as well.
Yes.
It's just done very well. And again, it was a moment for as me. Okay, so like in the dub, none of the songs are in original language.
Mm-hmm.
But it was after this moment that the weird dubbing no longer bothered me. Like it was just like this movie's just happening, and I'm just in on it.
Oh,
But
the songs are not dubbed.
the songs
No,
are not
yeah.
dubbed.
Okay, that
That
makes
would be
me feel
insane.
better.
That would be
And I
insane.
assume there's parts where people are speaking English. I assume
Yes.
those are all the same. I don't know. Because I watched the
Netflix?
Hindi dub.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so there was a distinct, because I wanted the distinction between these characters are speaking English right now and these characters are not speaking English right now. So that's why I didn't watch the English dub. But so I assumed that the English people
They might not-
be dubbed. I have no idea.
I think they might be.
I don't know. It all sounds weird.
It's all
but-
weird, yeah.
But I just don't know.
Again, it's just like something is off. It's
Well, I
weird.
mean, they could have easily just
Yeah,
used the
yeah.
English from the English dub. So
Yeah, it's
I don't
hard.
know.
There's like you would have to. It's a whole thing. But yeah, that's why it's a problem with them. But yeah, we can cut it. Great movements in a good movie.
Very good movie.
All right, we have 3 Elvis things on here.
You're right. We need more.
Oh no!
What other Elvis moments
So
do
the-
we love?
Is there one of these moments that stand out above the other ones?
I don't think either gonna make it at the end.
Well,
Personally,
no, probably not. But
to give each one, yeah, go ahead.
my
Kara.
personal favorite of these would be the "If I Can Dream."
It's very well
performance.
done.
It's so, but like you said
But
last
also,
time, it is
it's
just-
real.
That's what happened. But
Yeah.
I had never seen that.
Me either.
So I was like, damn, that song fucking slaps.
And then when you watch it and realize, oh, it's like the movie. Good job, Elvis. Good stuff.
Yes. And after we saw this movie, Greg was watching a lot of Elvis performances and stuff, and he watched the original performance of him when he was wearing that all leather outfit on that like small square stage in the middle of
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my god, that's just like in the movie Elvis. And he was like, yeah, you dumbass. But so if we're thinking of scenes that are built from the ground up,
He's white.
He's white, of course.
And same thing with
I don't think that actually happened.
No. Same thing with Unchained Melody. Like, it's if anything, it's more impressive in real life that he just delivered one of like just classic, just like holy shit. Well, he's like on his deathbed essentially, and it's like really, it's like that song's no joke, man.
That song really
It's
good.
really good. So yeah. So and again, at a certain point, they're like, this is the point where we should just cut the real footage because it. Come on, like this is you gotta end it here. Like it just looks so good. So yeah, but we can cut him.
Cut them all.
Oh wow. Okay.
Did you really think a moment from Elvis was gonna make the top 3?
Honestly, thankfully not.
I genuinely love that movie.
I know
But
you
there's
do.
a lot more moments here that I care more about. And I also will shout out one more Elvis moment because I love the when he's doing the performance in the football stadium and they're like, if you put one pinky out of place, and he starts the performance by raising his pinky and then he gives the most salacious performance anyone had ever seen. And then it zooms in on Tom Hanks going, and then it's this really great scene and it's really awesome. And then afterwards, Tom Hanks comes and he's like, he didn't listen to me. Such a good movie.
Nope. We got a lot of nope moments.
Oh man, the opening of Nope is very good.
So when we say the opening of Nope, do we mean the Gordy stuff?
Yeah,
Yes,
I think
the Gordy stuff.
Yeah.
The Gordy stuff looks so good and very different from the other stuff. I love it a lot.
Yeah.
I love them killing the alien, especially when rewatching the film. I feel like I appreciated that more. But the sequence where it rains blood, that is amazing because it's all dark. It's like a killer hiding in the forest, but it's in the sky. Mm-hmm. It rains blood. There's reasonable humor with it, where Daniel Kaluuya's character opening the thing and just being like, nope. I'm not going out there. It's so good, and the beginning of that. And that sequence begins with, the alien coming by Jupiter's landing and sucking everyone up. Mm-hmm. And that screaming is so good.
It's so good.
It's so good. And
all the stuff of them crawling around inside. Because, correct me if I'm wrong, but that's, the first time you realize that it's, sucking up people and, eating them. And you realize that it's this is this whole thing is a creature. That's not a ship.
Yes. It kind of, it's not super clear, but I feel like it's one of the things where looking at it's oh my god, that's what that was. They were in his throat, which is disgusting.
Yeah, and that's that
and it throwing up blood too. Also,
right?
Oh yes,
it brings a lot of things together, it throwing out everyone's pocket change and everything that it doesn't want because it just eats groups of people.
Yes,
and my favorite part of that whole sequence, honestly, is they hear the screaming all around, and then there's that moment where there's just a squelch and no more screaming, and it's
yes,
what just fucking happened?
Yes,
that's my favorite part.
I love that whole sequence so much. That is my favorite thing from that film, and I want to keep that if we were to. I want to keep raining blood, but I don't know. That's me personally.
Of the Nope moments, I honestly. When I think about that scene as the raining blood sequence as a whole, from starting at sucking up all the people from the Star Lasso Ranch and then throwing up the blood, it's all fantastic. But when I think about that movie, I think about the Gordy segment. I fucking love that shit.
People don't like the Gordy stuff, which is crazy. Yes,
that's my favorite part.
I think it's because people are just they're like, how does this relate to it?
Yeah, people don't get the whole.
And listen, you do have to think, but it's not. Yeah, I love the gory stuff though.
I do too.
It's so good.
But surrender yourself to cinema, folks. Come with me to this journey. Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, I love that other moment so much that Gordy is my personal pick, but I wouldn't be upset to cut Gordy in lieu of the raining blood sequence because I think that sequence is just so well done.
It is
so well put together.
I especially love because you're really narrowed in on the kid's face. And what really brought a lot of anxiety to me was
Nope.
Which is the popping of the balloons, and then whenever a balloon would pop, the monkey you would just hear it just go ape shit, literally ape shit, and just it's so good. I love that movie. You guys know I love that movie so much.
It's really good.
It's so good.
Okay,
what do you think, George?
Between Gordy and the Raining Blood,
yeah,
I would go Raining Blood.
Raining Blood.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Then to keep this list down, we will leave it at just Raining Blood, which still encompasses a whole sequence and not just a moment. But whatever.
I think we can. Well, I don't know about this smile moment, but before that, I don't think Kevin the Predator is really cool and a great payoff to that whole movie. But it's not. It's not.
It is awesome.
Same thing with the opening monologue in the Batman. It's the most gothic comic
it's
opening.
So good.
It's really good.
I just love how in all the criminals that it's flashing towards, they're all it's reasonable for like there to be some psycho in like a weird bat costume
Yeah.
and just be around the corner. It's like, oh, who's this guy
Who's
gonna
this
beat
guy?
up? It's so good.
Because the first time, like, it's made sense to me why people would be scared of this guy.
Yeah.
Because he's just as crazy as us.
Yes.
He seems, and he'll beat the shit out of us. So you don't
Oh.
fuck. It's just like a gang territory thing. Where it's like, don't fuck with that guy. It's crazy.
Yes. that's what one of my favorite interpretations of Batman, who's just equally psycho and just going at it. It's so
He's,
fun.
Chaotic good.
Yes, chaotic good.
I like the Little Caesars product placement also. But yeah, we can cut it. What is up with this smile moment, Carrie? Big time spoilers. Okay, should I?
It's up to you. I'll
wanna
explain.
see
I'll
smile.
explain it without spoiling.
Okay.
But if you've seen it, you know. Well, like when at the end of the movie when she winds up at a place that is important and something happens.
Yeah.
It's like because you're watching this movie and it's like, what are we fucking building to? What's good? And there's
Yeah.
just this moment of. I'll say production design as to not spoil what happens here, but it's just extremely striking. And when it happened, I was like, you know what? This movie is a masterpiece, actually.
It is the most like interesting that movie gets.
It's like, it's
But-
the most clear-cut example that I can think of in recent years of someone had an idea for a design of this, and then they were like, let's work our way backward. How can we get to this?
Yeah, but I just wish a lot more of the movie like did that kind of like, I don't know if it was practical. It might have been. Even then, whatever it was, it had like a lot of like work put into it.
Yeah.
While like the rest of it is just like the bad guys are smiling.
Yeah, that does
So-
look stupid. I
so, like,
fully agree.
If instead like the being like taking over people to make them be all smile monsters like gave them more of like that like look and like menace to them, like then I would at least find that like weird truth or dare thing like
How dare you?
like more like discount it follows like more
Right.
intimidating, but it's not, and also the movie's a little obnoxious.
It's very obnoxious.
Yes,
I
yes.
fully agree with you, but for some reason it worked for me, and I don't know why.
And that's
I'm
fine.
mentally ill.
Same here, Carrie.
We're
but-
different types of
Oh,
mentally
no.
ill, but also the same. I don't know.
Yeah,
I was
that's
just had
fine.
fun watching this
That's
movie.
Well, we can cut it.
But yeah, it's definitely.
I will watch Smile. Probably.
I love it. It's great.
I think it's on Peacock or something.
It is.
Yeah,
That's
it
why
is.
I keep looking.
Or no, it's like-
it's on Paramount Plus.
Yeah, it's somewhere, I think. I thought I saw it on Prime, but I don't know. It might be on multiple places.
Everyone wants a piece of that
Or I
smile.
have the Blu-ray if you
Okay.
want to borrow.
Go
Thinking
ahead.
about Pearl, because we have a lot of Pearl related stuff here.
Yes.
I know what I think is the best. We have the end credits, the Pearl monologue, and then also a similar Pearl thing, which is Pearl dancing to Ua Ua Marie in X. I don't think the X one stays.
No, I don't either. But that was the moment because you guys saw X before me, and I waited a couple weeks and saw X, and that was because it's right after she kills the dweeby guy, and it's the "Don't Fear the Reaper" scene, and that's very corny, but
Yes.
also really well done.
Yes.
But then it moves into her basking in the light from the van, the red light, and dancing, ballet dancing, this really beautiful song, this really beautiful sequence. And that was the moment watching that movie where I was like, oh, yo! And so then I fell in love with Pearl as a character in that moment, and then she got her whole
Little did you
movie.
know, a whole movie
But
was
yeah,
made.
but that is the standout Pearl moment in X, so it was my favorite X moment.
That's fair. And then the end credits of Pearl, you know, I don't know, the Pearl monologue kind
I
of
think the
goes
Pearl monologue is for me.
also goes like into that
Sure.
ending too.
There's a
'Cause,
death
like,
in between, but yeah.
How much is in between those two moments?
Her giving the monologue.
Yeah,
It's like 10.
because she like
Gives
takes
the
out.
monologue, the lady runs out, kills her,
Time passes.
and then, like, yeah, a lot of time
Okay.
passes
A lot of
because
time.
she sets up the whole
Yeah,
dinner and it
yeah.
has time to sufficiently rot.
Yeah.
And then
Okay,
Howard
okay,
comes
okay.
home, and then she's just been living her life with this rotten family in the kitchen.
It's very funny.
It's fucking awesome.
It is very good.
But of those two moments,
they are kind of back to back though.
Well, yeah, in like the runtime of the film.
Yes.
In the events, real-time events in the film, no, but you're watching them like about 5 minutes apart, I would say. But of the two moments, I prefer the monologue, but I prefer the monologue as well. I think icon status, her just staring into the camera.
That's a great ending.
It's so fucking good. They're both really good. I don't know.
There was a lot of
star-making moments.
Yes.
There was a lot of parts of this movie where I was like, Carrie's gonna really like that. And then I saw the ending, and that's when I was like, Carrie's gonna love this movie. Carrie's gonna be very annoying about this movie.
Oh, you're right.
But yeah, that monologue is very good. It's just acting and just good. I don't know.
There's also just so many other moments in this movie that I love. How many Pearl moments can I nominate? The only other one I would probably nominate is her dancing with the Scarecrow and then fucking the Scarecrow.
Yeah, that's funny.
We can cut the Triangle of Sadness moment, capitalist versus socialist joke error. It's probably my favorite moment of that movie, but we can cut it. This is the part where Woody Harrelson and the shit peddler, who is a super capitalist, and Woody Harrelson is a socialist who is the captain of a luxury yacht. So they just keep like going back and forth on like scripture and fucking like
they're like on their phones googling famous quotes and reading them to each other.
That's really funny.
Fantastic.
But yeah, we can cut that. I hope the food is better in this Chan can go at this point.
No.
Can someone remind me what the I started therapy moment in the Fablemans was?
Okay, so it is after young Steven Spielberg comes from being bullied for being Jewish. He gets beat up. Is it after he says, I saw him with that other girl? And he comes home and he's had enough. And his mom is also going through it. They got the monkey they don't have the monkey at this point, but they're just having back and forth. He tells like Paul Dano, like, you don't even fucking know how much we fucking hated here, whatever the hell. And they're like, go fucking, what do you mean? You mean how much more responsibility I fucking had for this family, whatever the hell? And then they just keep going back and forth. And then his mom's like, I started therapy!
Oh, right! Yes, that was very funny.
And then that ends the argument. But I don't know if it's gonna make it.
That.
But that was my favorite.
that is a very good scene.
Yeah.
My favorite scene from the Fablemans, though, and maybe I'm a little biased, is Do You Want to Meet the Greatest Film Director of All Time?
It's very good.
Not only because like a great performance by a very unexpected person, but also just thinking of Steven Spielberg and where he goes from. I think that's a very fun way to like introduce him like really in this world and like really exploring his passions. I think it's just a very good ending to a film about a filmmaker.
Also, David Lynch looks exactly like John Ford.
Oh yeah, no,
I had no clue.
Yeah, and I looked at it, that looks like him. It's very good. It's very good. It's probably the best, funniest moment of the it's such a good. It's the most nerdy ass movie guy, movie person joke ever.
That's David Lynch playing
John Ford
in a Steven Spielberg movie.
And that's the punchline of the movie.
And then the guy in Babylon watches that and starts crying.
Oh my god. Yeah, it's really good. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Keep it around.
Keep it.
Can you explain to me what The Last Dance and After Sun?
I would love to. So this might... I won't spoil anything, but... the whole setup of this movie is you're watching their handy cam footage, this daughter and her dad on this vacation that they went on, but you keep cutting to these sort of sequences where it's people dancing in a dark room and there's like flashing lights, and it becomes clear that there's another section of this film which is her as an adult thinking back on this vacation. And so this moment is significant because it's her and her dad at this resort, and they've had some arguments up until this point, and then they have this moment together where they dance to Under Pressure, and they're just dancing, and it starts cutting between that moment and the moment of the flashing lights, which are like the dream sequences of adult her, so it's cutting between those. And I won't reveal the significance, but it becomes clear that this was a very important dance, and it's very heartbreaking.
Okay. After Sun, a movie I might watch. It's short.
It's pretty good. This moment doesn't hang, but that moment was very good. It's probably the moment of the film.
It really ties it all together.
Yes.
For what is just some people hanging out at a resort.
Right.
Which I know, like, some, like, you know, normies be like, it's just people talking in a resort. It's like, yeah, but it's also, like, a good movie. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry.
This Paul guy.
What's he doing?
The opening credits and After Yang are very good.
Oh, they are really good. You're right. All right, moving on.
I don't think it's top 3.
Oh,
It's very good.
it's very good. I thought I had it, but I guess I didn't. But my personal favorite moment from After Yang is when he's serving tea to Yang.
Yep, that's that. Yep.
It's very good.
That's
It's just very touching and sweet, and then it just has like that kind of, and what kind of you really feel like, oh, he really does feel like this person is like his son, and then there's this kind of like the like, I guess like realization moment, like when he drinks the tea and you just like kind of hear like the because like he's a robot.
Yeah.
And then, like, oh, so like it's just a lot to like think about, and it's so beautiful, and I just also love just the characters. Like I know a lot about tea, but I don't. But because I'm just a robot, and I know all about Chinese culture, like I don't really know about Chinese tea, and it's so good. I just love how this movie just talks about identity.
Yeah, that probably is the moment for that movie for me. But still, it's not gonna make it.
Yeah, no, it's fine. It's all fine. It's just gonna win Best Movie of the Year, so it's fine.
All right, so we are at what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Am I counting right? 6 moments. Okay.
We have 2 Everything Everywhere scenes.
All right,
I just feel like I know we gave Everything Everywhere 2 best performance things, but this is standout moment. A film cannot have 2 standout moments based on just the way those words work.
So with who won Best Actor, I think it's We Have to Be Kind in Another Life. That is the defining moment of that movie. That is the moment that is going to be like forever. The moment of the movie is In Another Life.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
But I added Evelyn and Joy having that whole, like, just the sequence of her walking up the stairs, going towards the Everything Bagel portal, and her going through, and Evelyn having this moment of being like, no, I want, like, yeah, you're a piece of shit, but I love you, and I want to be here with you. I linked the clips. I was sobbing watching these clips while I linked
I don't know why that moment didn't click with me the first time I saw it, and then it totally clicked the second time I saw it. It's great.
Yeah.
It's really well done.
So that one personally is the more powerful one for me, but also that doesn't mean that I think that the Ki Hui Kwan one is not powerful, because I think that you're right, that is the iconic moment from that movie.
Do you like it more than Pearl's monologue?
We
can uncut it.
Because right now we have You Have to Be Kind, the confrontation, I Just Don't Like You No More, Pearl's monologue, Do You Want to Meet the Greatest Film Director of All Time, and Raining Blood.
We haven't really talked about the Banshees moment yet.
Yeah.
I like that moment. It is pretty early on where it's like, well, why don't I just don't like it anymore? And like, it's a simple idea, and like I feel like the trailers make it out to be like a little silly, but like when it happens, it is very sad and deeply upsetting, and like, oh man, like I don't like how do you go on from this? It's very good.
But yeah, I don't know if it's
I don't know if it hangs on this.
It's
very good.
I love that movie to pieces.
Yes.
But...
Okay. Let's see. Do I need to go back and get back that Everything Everywhere All at Once moment?
Oh, did I delete it by accident?
Yeah, it's gone.
Oh no.
That's fine.
I can go. I really like that moment, and we're gonna have to re-delete stuff here. Maybe. Documents. How do they work, folks?
Control Z, dude.
Oh, is it because you did it? So you have to.
Oh, maybe.
Control Z, dude.
I can't Control Z. I'm on my phone.
He's on that dang phone.
Whatever. We picked a moment.
But yeah, we can put the reconciliation moment of Everything all at Once. Yeah. So with that is 2, 3, 4. So we just have to cut 1, right?
Yes.
Yes.
No, Nope is also on here. Raining Blood's also on here. So that's 5.
3. No? Or are you putting the reconciliation
I want to put it back on.
I see.
Let's put it back. Because maybe we do have two best performances from Everything All at Once and 2 moments from Everything Everywhere All at Once. Do You Want to Be the Greatest Director Ever is a fucking hilarious moment and awesome. Right. I don't think it's top 3. Maybe it is. Fine.
I mean, I agree, but I don't want Ryan to get upset.
No, that's fine. Looking at this, that's fine. I love that, and I just thought it'd be funny if we had the greatest of.
It is the most movie-ass movie moment of, yeah.
All right, so we have You Have to Be Kind, Reconciliation, Finale, Pearl's Monologue, Raining Blood. We have to cut one more, according to our rules that we made.
Honestly, I think that I would be willing to cut Pearl's monologue over the Everything Everywhere moment, but I don't know how the room feels about that. I felt like everyone was looking at me waiting for me to say that.
And the thing is, I like that moment a lot, and that was my favorite moment of the movie. But again, if I only saw Everything All at Once, this whole conversation, this whole podcast would be different. But when I watched it the second time, and that moment finally hit with the weight it's supposed to hit, I was like, man. Yeah, that's really good. Again, I think those are 2 moments again that connect the finality of the movie, like the ideas and the emotional stuff that it's trying to deliver to you. Like
those 2 moments work together really well because it's her having the realization of. Like, her realizing that the kindness of her husband that she's dismissed as foolishness was actually something so powerful that she could use. And then her taking that and applying it to her daughter.
Yeah.
It's like, God damn it.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, those 2 are there, I think.
So I'm deleting Pearl's monologue?
I think so.
Okay, because I can't delete the Raining Blood. I
know.
I don't think it's going to win based on the conversations, but... That is, Raining Blood is my moment. Like,
no, fair.
It's so good. IMAX scream. Mwah.
That's my thing. I should have watched that movie in IMAX. It doesn't help that the people behind us were annoying as hell, but it's such a big, like, that has moments of bigness.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and I feel like that's like I said, it's like you're being stalked by a killer, but this killer is 1,000 times bigger than you.
Yeah.
And like, how does anyone do that? And yet they did it, and it's awesome. I don't know. It's so good. And it rains blood. Like, come on. Like, that's awesome. Like, you're inside a house and suddenly just, like, bleh, and, like, blood and guts and just, like, things that all these, like, kids, like, had hanging.
Right.
Holding, just, like, falling from the sky. It's so awesome. It's so awesome.
Very good.
Like Harry Styles says, it's like a movie. It's you see it.
It's my favorite thing about the movie.
You go there and you watch it, and it's big, and it's a movie.
Guys, we didn't have any "Don't Worry, Darling" moments.
I've meant to watch the ending to that movie. It's on HBO Max, and I haven't yet.
Any quick "Don't Worry, Darling" moments you want to shout out, Ryan?
No.
All right.
All right. Winner. It has to be We Have to Be Kind. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, I wonder what's gonna win Best Picture.
Who can say?
Elvis, baby.
No,
Elvis,
please,
sweet
God.
baby.
All right. We have to be kind.
Listen, I've been pretty forgiving, and I haven't pushed too hard for Elvis so far.
Yeah. Yeah, sure.
All right. Okay. So winner, We Have to Be Kind, in Another Life, Women's End Monologue, and Everything All at Once. Runners up, Reconciliation / Finale, and Everything Everywhere All at Once, and Raining Blood in Nope.
Woo.
Stand-up moments.
Very good moments.
All right. Next, our less serious. I don't know.
What? Our most prestigious.
Up until now, we've had 0 bits.
Yeah.
And now it is finally time for the bits hour.
Anyways, every year we have an award. Our highest honor, it's the Do Not Go In There award, which George always puts as the Don't Go In There award.
Totally ruining the rhythm of the joke.
Inspired by the pop star, clip, which is him ripping off another movie.
Yeah.
Where he's like, do not go in there. Basically, you look at a movie from the last year and be like, what movie would have you say, do not go in there? And the nominees, it's a bit of a short, small batch this year, but we have the Barbarian Airbnb, Jupiter's Claim from Nope, Gotham in general from the Batman, and from Mad God, just the direction down.
I'm a big fan of that one.
And listen, this is an award that, we really have to think of. And honestly, looking back, I think it's Mad God, the direction
That's
down.
really bad.
Because, it just gets worse and worse.
It's somebody's job to go in there, and
Yeah.
nobody wants that job.
Do not
Go down there. It's rough. It's awful. There's like puppets, then it becomes real people, and then it's just
disgusting.
It's just so that is the
Don't
do
go in
not
there.
do not go in there award.
George, I'm starting to think you don't have much respect for this award.
This is our podcast claim to fame. This is our number one bit. People wait every year for this award. Statistically.
Congratulations.
Yes.
Next category is the less of an award. This is more of the best old movie award. Is more of a moment for each of us to talk about the 3 old movies that did not come out in the year 2022 that we discovered and talk about them. So yeah, I'm jotted down here first. So I'll go first. Ryan and I saw the 1997 version of Funny Games.
Funny stuff.
Very hilarious stuff. We couldn't do this kind of movie now due to wokeness.
That's what I've been
You can't do
saying.
these kind of jokes in the comedy club anymore. Can't go on a college campus and do this. Ask for some eggs. Yeah, Funny Games. It's really good. It's good in that it sucks to watch, but it's really good at it. It's really great at it, and I did not know the bit. Somehow the bit was not spoiled for me, and I was like,
good bit. I haven't seen the original. I've only seen the remake.
They're the exact same.
Yeah, I know. I heard that, so I was like, I don't know if I need.
But when I was watching, I was like shocked by how exactly the same they were.
But
which one did you
love that
prefer,
movie.
Ryan?
They're both very good, and I do admire the original for being the first one, but the American version has Naomi Watts and Tim Roth in it.
That's true.
And that's
Big ups.
That's real. I'm a little biased, but that's really good, and it is also just shot for shot. And also, in the American one, both of the kids are these little blonde little freaks. And I feel like that works better for
Yeah, they're kind of just guys.
Yeah, I just feel like that works better for the kind of funny guys who would do something like this. Is these blonde preppy white boys.
Especially the lead guy. He's kind of just a dude. He looks like Antonio Banderas' understudy or something.
Yeah.
Funny Games, pretty
Great
good.
pick. I love that movie.
Big fan. Watch it. I saw the best little whorehouse in Texas, which is Dolly Parton and Burt Reynolds musical comedy. It's a good time. It's a fun ass movie. Good time at the movies. Good stuff.
Great film.
Big recommend from me. Yeah, good times. Lost Highway. I saw Lost Highway at Alamo with Ryan.
Yeah.
The first
I
time.
haven't seen this one.
Turns out pretty good.
It is very good.
I saw a tweet that made a reference to it, and I thought that was that made it worth it. It was very good. Carrie, you wouldn't get it because you haven't seen the movie, but Ryan, it was I don't even want to spoil it. It's a very good moment. you watch it, Carrie, but it's a very good David Lynch moment. But yeah, Lost Highway is pretty good. That's all I gotta say. Ryan.
All right. So first off on mine is History of the Occult. This is an Argentinian horror film. It's black and white, and it's presented in kind of these journalists are watching this last news program of a show called 60 Minutes Till Midnight, and on the show it's an old talk conversation news kind of show, and they have on this weird cult leader guy. And it's just them watching him nervous of something is about, they know something's about to happen because they know that this guy's up to some stuff that might be a little weird, and I really need to rewatch it, but it's really fascinating and interesting, and I just love the look and the black and white and a lot of the stuff it does with darkness
what
and
year
shadows.
Is this?
It came out 2020, and it didn't get an American release until this year. Because I looked it up, and it's on Netflix. I remember reading an article about it. It's Netflix and HBO Max had a bidding war over this movie. It's ooh, when's it going to be on those? And it's it's only for the Latin Americans. Rip. It's why? What? Why am I getting an article about this? but it is on a Screambox. So I would recommend it. It's fun, it's good, it's short, and just a great style to it.
I had not heard of that. That sounds very cool.
And then another one which Carrie also watched.
I gave it a shout. I had it on my 3, but then I saw it was on Ryan, so I was like, I'll pick 3 other ones.
Ghost Watch.
So good.
It's really good. It's basically a film that was broadcast on BBC, and it's presented as if it's like a live news program showing like a haunted house. And basically, as they're going through, they're getting like calls from people, and suddenly, the Conjuring things start happening in the house.
Well, it's literally like aped off the same story. The Enfield haunting, like in Conjuring 2. Yeah,
and like what's so fun about it is like the way it was presented. Like it just aired on BBC, so like when it came out, a lot of people thought it was real.
It's so fun.
Like it's literally like before Blair Witch War of the Worlds kind of thing, where everyone was convinced something was real, and it's so cool and fun, and also genuinely scary just because of the like just realness that it all shows. Like when the spooky stuff happens, even though it's not like crazy because it's a BBC made for TV budget,
right? But
because everything before that feels so authentic and real, once weird stuff happens, it makes you feel like unsettled, and
it's so good.
It's so good.
I love this movie. And I think the old dude in it might actually be a British newscaster.
I think so because I think that's what like made people like, that guy actually does the news.
Yeah,
is this happening?
Oh my god! But no, yeah. I not to hijack Ryan's segment, but I fully agree.
It's great. I think there's a special edition Blu-ray.
I have
in the Americas. I need to get it.
I got a big thick box.
I need to get it. I saw it and it.
I thought about bringing it. I thought I should have brought it. My bad. It came with like the movie, and it came with a little booklet. It came with the screenplay. It came with some little cards.
I need to get that.
Good stuff. I don't remember what company put it out, but I'll show you.
And then last on my list is Dread, but in 3D.
It's very good.
It's very good.
It holds up really well, folks.
Yeah, I had never seen it in 3D, and I was like, this is the best thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, it's just crazy because like I loved this movie like in high school and like in college. Like I watched it a lot, and like having not seen it in a while.
Yeah, me too.
And like seeing it like the way like literally the way it was made to be seen. Mm-hmm. I was just like, this is awesome. And like the stuff I didn't like about the original one, which was all the slow-mo stuff, is like, okay, I get why this was shot this way. This looks very fun and cool. And then all the like the weird framing is because it was shot in 3D and everyone's like perfectly in the foreground and background. It's so good.
So good.
Good movie.
Like I want more 3D like bloody horror action films after watching this re-release of a film from 2012.
And more 3D where they clearly like give a shit.
Yeah. Yes. Because like it was actually shot in 3D. It was none of this post-conversion stuff like I assume Ant-Man was. Because it 100% was post-converted. But yeah, it makes me like look at Avatar the way of one like because it was filmed in 3D, like all this stuff makes more sense. And that is, I want more films to be actually filmed in 3D.
Also, more screenings of Dread in 3D year round.
Yes!
Right? It's fucking good. I'm glad it holds up great. I'm so happy. It's good.
It was really good.
Yep. Carrie?
I watched all of Nathan for You
Very
last
good.
year.
Very
the
good
entire show and the entire feature-length finale. Holy hell. What a great show. What a cool dude. Because I wanted to watch the rehearsal. Because when the rehearsal was coming out, everyone was talking about how insane it was. But I had never watched Nathan for You. So I watched all of it. And then this fucking movie was
Finding Francis.
So fucking good.
Mm-hmm.
God damn. And it was so heartbreaking and just so genuine. Like, God damn.
It really feels like a prequel to the rehearsal. Like there's a lot of like things in it that like it's very clear like where like he wanted to go to next from Nathan for You. And it's like a full hour and a half like Nathan for You episode, but like there's like twists and turns and plots.
He goes on an entire ass emotional journey with a random bit player who is a Bill Gates impersonator who he featured in several of his episodes for his other. I almost called them pranks. They're not pranks.
They prank some people.
Pranks. his other episodes, but. Such a good movie and such an interesting voice from Nathan Fielder. I can't think of someone comparable to him. I don't know.
No, he's a very unique kind of comedian.
He's great. I loved it. And then I watched The Descent for the first time, baby.
Yeah, it's good. I need to rewatch it. It's been
so
long enough.
good.
I don't remember.
I had never seen it, and then I watched it for my
Yeah, I really need to rewatch
my
it.
horror movie month, and I fell in love with it. It was fantastic. I thankfully remembered, because I was just watching it on like Shudder, I think, or whatever. But I remembered that there's the 2 different versions with the different endings. So I was like, oh, I want the good ending. So I went and got my DVD,
Nice.
which has the correct ending.
Ooh, I don't know what ending I saw then. Because I can't remember.
Well, I guess
it's been a while.
No, but you don't even remember what ending you saw.
I don't even know. I know that they were in that Descent.
Yep.
That's about
But
it.
yeah, very, very good. And I watched a movie called Orlando. Do you guys know what this is?
I do not.
This is a Tilda Swinton
Oh,
ass Tilda
I can't
Swinton
believe that.
movie. It's a bit of a weird one. It's based on a Virginia Woolf novel of the same name, but it's about this character. Tilda Swinton plays this young prince, but there's a point where he encounters this like queen character who wills him to stop aging. So then Tilda Swinton just lives as this prince through hundreds of years of human history. And then at some point also wakes up as a woman. So it's just like this character living through hundreds and hundreds of years and all this crazy weird ass stuff happening. And it's just a very interesting movie that when
Also,
I was watching it, I was like, how?
92 also, so young Tilda Swinton.
Yes.
Wow.
Also Billy Zane.
Dude, when he showed up, I was like, oh shit, baby. But yeah, it's a really interesting movie. And while I was watching it, I was like, how have I not ever heard of this or heard more people talking about this? So I'd recommend it. It's pretty fun. And the book is pretty good too. I kind of stalled in it. I've got like a third of it left, but very interesting stuff.
Well, that's the best old movies of the year. Check them out, folks. That's it.
Also Ghost Watch.
All right, folks. It's all come down to this, baby. The top 10 movies of 2022. It's time for the big boy. We are stack ranking 10 movies from... Well, they're all good. These are all good movies. They're all good movies. But
Well, let's hear
they're
the
all
rest before
good
we...
movies.
Excuse you?
They're all good
I'm
movies.
just saying.
But there's going to be one movie that's better than all of them. Well, that's a little... You know what? Whatever. Let's just do this. All right. The nominees for the top 10 movies of 2022 are Tar, RRR, Triangle of Sadness, X, The Fablemans, Pearl, Top Gun Maverick, The Banshees of Inisherin, The Menu, Triangle of Sadness is back here again, classic us, Women Talking, Everything Everywhere All at Once, Avatar, The Way of Water, The Batman, Fire of Love, Nope, Marcel the Shell, Elvis, Barbarian, After Yang, Decision to Leave, Bodies, 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 White Noise, Mad God, Flux Gourmet, Morbius, Bones and All, and After Sun.
Well, we've already removed one of the Triangle of Sadnesses, so I
did
think
it.
we're off to a good start so far.
It was the summer of Morbius.
It was the summer of Morbius, and also the fall of Morbius.
The fall, the rise and fall.
And then the spring of Morbius.
Oh, okay, that's what you were saying.
Yeah.
I was going for
seasons
You were going for
because
seasons.
it was the year of Morbius, but it came in like, you know,
It was in theaters multiple times.
it was in theaters multiple times. Yes.
I mentioned before we started recording this part the film Mordecai, and I feel like Morbius reminded people of Mordecai. I felt like I saw an uptick in Mordecai discussion on the internet.
Maybe.
We could take out Morbius
Oh, damn it.
and put in Mordecai.
No.
That was how it was spelled, right? It wasn't
Mordecai.
Mordecai.
Oh, okay.
Mortic guy. Nortic guy.
Nordic guy.
No, the
Yeah,
Northman
no, the Northman
is
is
not.
not.
Anyways,
Nordic man has been escorted off the premises.
you know it's some crazy in there, that movie. Anyways, a movie. Actually, I'm not removing a movie. I just want to say it because we didn't talk about it in a lot of categories because I didn't know of a place to put it. Women Talking is a very good movie. It's a movie we haven't talked.
It's a very good movie.
It's a not fun movie.
It's a
Yeah.
bummer.
It's a
I would
bummer of a
say.
time. And I think it really is an ensemble thing. There isn't like when I was thinking performance was like what's her name from I'm thinking of ending things, Jessie Buckley. Jessie Buckley's good, but it's still Jessie Buckley. There wasn't like a performance that stood out for me, and there wasn't there were moments in the movie I wouldn't describe them as positive or great. So I guess I was like, remember that part where that thing happened, that terrible thing happened to that one person? That was great.
Best moment.
But I just want to say that because we haven't mentioned that in these awards, that Woman Talking is very good. And another movie that's on this list that I don't know if it's going to make it, but we haven't talked about is Fire of Love. Fire of Love is a very pretty documentary.
Very good.
Very pretty documentary.
Yeah, I caught that one in theaters when it was playing here, so that was lovely.
Yeah, I saw it on Disney Plus.
Nice.
Ooh.
But yeah, it's pretty good. So I'm not cutting any of those. I just wanted to give those movies props. Where do we start now, folks?
Carrie, I think you're the one who's seen Flux Gourmet.
It's
I remember
true.
you talking about
I don't
it.
think
That's
we've
the
talked
food
about it.
one,
It
right?
is the food one. I really like this movie, but it's I think his name's Peter Strickland, the same guy who did like Barbarian Sound Studio and one other one that I'm not remembering. Oh, he did In Fabric. And,
yes, that's how I remembered this.
Yes.
It's weird.
Yeah, this is a little bit of a weird movie.
Is it horny?
It's pretty horny.
Oh, okay.
There's
All right.
There's some horniness, there's some food, and there's lots of farts. So, it's
That's
a good
really
time.
the Carrie trifecta.
It's a good,
right
I mean,
there.
honestly, but I'm sure it won't make it because I mean I really like it. I don't even know if it cracked my own personal top 10, but it's a really unique movie and it's very, very funny and very interesting, and it's got a lot of weirdo shit, which I know some people in this room are fans of.
I mean, I'm all right with
I'm
it.
open to some weirdo stuff.
Yeah, and it's
but-
got
I'm
Gwendolyn
going to allow
Christie,
it.
Ah,
which I know some
she's
people
tall.
here are fans
Also
of.
in
She
Fabric.
is tall. But yeah, it's a good time. I think it's a very under-discussed film of the previous year.
But you don't think it will stick for the top 10?
No, probably not. Like, I really like it, but I don't feel super, super passionately about it. To be quite honest.
And I'm going to cut a movie that if Carrie feels passionate about that movie and is going to cut it, it's not going to make it. Avatar: The Way of Water.
Oh, thank God.
Some might call it one of the best movies of the year. How many nominees? Is it 10 nominees?
It's
for the
got
Oscars?
pretty... Well, I don't know. I know
It's been up there now. It
It's
used
up
to be
there.
like 5 or something, and now it's up there. So, anyways, but Avatar: The Way of Water, as we've said many times, I like Avatar: The Way of Water as a cinematic experience. It is not a substantive film, and we can take it off the list. I enjoyed. I got a nice smile and a laugh, Carrie, from your sticker that you sent me.
I always like to send George funny little gifts on our podcast dues, the PayPal things, and I sent him a little chibi
Sigourney
Weaver teen that was saying "mighty."
Oh, God. That is awful. That is just horrible.
I enjoy it. That's what her heartbeat sounds like.
I guess. Are we gonna know what her deal is in the third movie, or do you think it's gonna be really stretched out?
I think it's gonna be stretched the heck
Oh,
out.
come on, man.
I know you're dying to know, Ryan.
I'm curious as to what is so interesting when she's basically probably just like a
It's
Jesus
just like
immaculate
AWOL,
conception kind of thing.
I'm going to do a thing on our list here. Listeners, you can't listen. I'm going to try and add a number on here easily on my phone. We'll see how.
Oh yeah.
So I can know how many movies we got here. I doubt this will be
Yes.
successful. 1, there we go.
Oh.
Okay, we got 18 movies on this list right now.
Oh, there we go.
So that's. Oh wait,
I know it's missing.
it's
some.
get some. God dang it, Google Docs. See, that's
I
what
can
happened.
work on this.
Okay. I was just wondering, how many do we have to cut? But in the meantime, is there anything else I can talk about here that I'm going to just say good things about RRR, and I'm not cutting it right now. So I'm just gonna say nice things while Carrie is trying to figure out the magic of documents. RRR is a great feel-good buddy movie that is also full of massive spectacle. I didn't. For me, it's I don't love the actiony parts that much. I think they're. Well, actually, no. The part where in RRR when there's the big action scene with the tigers and the animals, that's just pretty fucking dope. That's pretty incredible. But the end one I didn't care for it that much. But I love the duo here. Is it Charan? I forget his name. I look up here. But the very pretty man that I mentioned earlier in the podcast. I love him very much. For its 3 hours, for me it didn't feel that long.
No, it flew by for me.
Yeah.
That's still the one thing this has been like I've almost watched this movie so many times, and
good.
It's always like 3 hours. Like, it's just a little too long.
It's a long time to block out your life.
This current moment.
But yeah, I'm just gonna say those nice things and move on to something else. Carrie has put numbers on this list. We have 24 films on this list.
Oh man,
we gotta get it down to 10. So,
I fully know. Well, I love the film Bones and All, but I don't know if it will make it. But I think it's a really unique film. It's a feel-good cannibal movie, which I don't think we get quite enough of in our current.
Finally, somebody tells a nice story.
Thank you, Luca.
Yeah.
Wasn't a thing of like I didn't see this, but like someone made a cannibal joke at like an award show.
Maybe.
Reference to Armie Hammer and Timothy Chalamet and Bones and All.
Probably.
And I remember like people were like, I don't think you should be making those jokes in public. We can make those on this podcast.
Yeah, I mean, I made it in my Letterboxd review.
Yeah.
But who am I? I'm not on a stage.
Or the after party, but not
Yeah. That's what after when everyone walks up to the shop and goes, I'm Armie Hammer.
Yeah, I just never got around to watching Bones and All, but I wanted to. And I still do. I just don't know I missed it. But
pretty good. It's
a
very unique experience.
Very cutting, you said?
I don't think it'll hang in this top
I think
10.
We could also cut Fire of Love at this point. Let's be real. Like I like it a lot, but it's not top 10. It's good. It's nice. It's a very pretty movie.
Extremely striking footage of the lava captured by these
Love
two.
that stuff.
One movie that I really like, but it just doesn't crack. I don't think it's going to crack for me. Is Barbarian. Yeah. It's very fun. One of like the more fun movies of the year, and I love how surprising it is, and how genuinely tense it does get at times. But I just feel like for this list, I do not see it hanging.
I like it a lot.
It's a good movie, but.
It's good times. Again,
I'm excited for
Barbarian through these awards that it's not, but it's okay. It's okay.
It is a fun time. It's something I think everyone who's into a spooky movie should definitely watch. But it's not it's not like a game changer.
No.
It's just like, oh, that was very, very fun. And sometimes we need movies like that.
Finally, putting the fun back in film.
Exactly. It's about time.
I don't think necessarily we have to be just one of these two movies, but I think one is definitely stronger than the other. I think Pearl is a stronger movie than X on this list, personally.
I agree.
But I think we should cut X.
I have mid thoughts on both, so I'm going to let you two decide on that.
Let's cut X for now. I'm
fine with X.
Here. Dumbass.
So you both seen Top Gun Maverick?
Yes.
Is that gonna? Are you feeling that's
on
gonna
the list for me?
That's on the list for you. What about you,
Carrie? Carrie hasn't finished it.
No, I finished it.
Oh, you did?
I did finish it. I went home and finished it that night. I thought it was fine.
Okay. I just wanted to gauge the room, gauge the feelings.
Jennifer Connelly, not great.
Yeah. It's very much a movie that is not my thing, but I recognize that it's like the best version of that thing.
Yes.
Interesting.
Maybe when we get closer to 10, there's some wheeling and dealing. But right now, why is Shark Tale nominated? Sorry, folks, I broke the fourth wall. As usual, we're watching the 2005 Oscars, and Shark Tale was nominated for Best Animated Film. Anyways,
excuse you.
This was back when if it was an animated film, it got nominated for a Best Oscar.
Anyways, but yeah, maybe once we get to the closer top 10, we can wheel and deal here. But for now, it's definitely not going to cut.
One film I love, and I know Carrie loves, but I know is not going to make this list because of someone on this couch, is White Noise.
Oh.
It is fun. It is wild. Adam Driver is hilarious as always, but I feel like for respect and for how I feel like this is going,
you act like I hate it. I don't. I just think it's fine.
George, off the podcast, you looked me dead in the eyes. Like, right, if you mention white noise again, I will kill you.
I think it's fine.
I hate Adam Driver, and I hope all horrible things happen to him. I was like, oh, that's a little too far. He's America's sweetheart.
65 in theaters now.
I'm excited.
Oh, same.
Not reviewing great somehow.
I am shocked.
What are you talking about?
With a trailer like that, how could it go wrong?
I'm deleted white noise.
Okay, that's
I'm
fine.
doing it.
Let's see. I know I am the decision to leave hater. I'm not even a hater. I just think it's whatever. But how high is that? How hard do you feel about that movie, Ryan?
I believe that was like near the bottom of my top 10
Okay.
personally. I really liked it. It was very sad. It was very pretty.
It's very pretty. I
I
agree
do
with
understand at a lot of points it is just flexing on itself
Yes.
as to like how
It's
good
just, yeah.
it is, but I respect it. I respect it a lot.
Did not crack my top 10.
Okay.
Oh.
Did not crack my top 20.
Cut it.
Ooh, okay. Jeez.
Sorry.
That is, I'll do
Sorry.
the honors then. I'll do the honors.
Cut it because I was disappointed that the San Francisco Alamo Draft House has the exact same menu as we do here.
Yeah, what
But
the
it's a
hell
better
is that
theater.
about?
So,
Well, Carrie, how high is Elvis on your list? Just asking.
I don't know if you want to know the incident.
Oh, no.
I put it at number 9, but it should probably be like number 7.
What do you mean it should be a higher number?
I mean, if I go back and keep editing the list until
Yeah.
as my feelings change, I'm just gonna keep moving everything around.
I wouldn't cut Elvis just yet. Is what I'm
I have a rule for my top 10 of the year list is after the year ends, I don't touch it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Never again.
Yes.
I just
Done.
watched Puss in Boots: The Last Wish.
Puss in
Puss in Boots.
MF said Puss in Boots.
That
I'm
movie's
sorry, Ryan.
that movie's fucking awesome.
I want to watch it.
It's on Peacock
Yeah,
now.
I saw that it premiered on Peacock. Yeah,
That movie's crazy.
I will be watching that.
I would have added it if we weren't in the middle of stuff, but I'll give it a quick shout out. The animation on that movie is insane.
I'm excited to watch it.
They watched Spider-Verse and took a lot of notes.
Hell yeah.
It's amazing.
There is a movie missing from this list. I just realized.
Uh-oh.
I don't know if we were gonna cut.
No, we already cut Morbius.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
No.
3,000 Years
Yes.
Belonging.
Yep.
Mm.
I just had that same thought.
Good job. Yes. Can you add that, Carrie?
I'll add it.
Thank
I
you.
can't add Puss in Boots, but
Puss in Boots.
I wouldn't know where Puss in Boots lands on my top 10, like I said.
Where to go? So we have 19 movies in this list right now. There's a lot of good movies, it turns out, folks.
Yeah, it was a good year.
If I'm thinking of stuff I really like but doesn't crack for me, After Sun is one of them. I don't know how highly you think of it, Carrie. I think you liked it more than me.
Yeah,
'Cause
I did, but it's not super high on my list, honestly. I really liked it. But
It's a very good, it's simple. It's simple, but it's very sad and moving and very well made, especially for a unknown director. And I know people know that guy Paul. What's his name from
Mescal.
Yeah, he was on some British show, I think.
Yeah.
I think.
I'm
not
not
sure.
sure. I know he was on the show. I have no idea.
I know
what it
people
was.
like him from something else, and this was his big movie thing.
He was in the show with Anne Hathaway, I want to say.
Maybe?
I don't know.
Anne Hathaway was on a show?
I don't watch TV.
TV. I'm a movies guy. Cinema, baby.
So After Sun, we're cutting it.
I think
that's fair.
After Sun, yeah.
I'm not. How much do we like the Fablemans? I like the Fablemans, but is it top 10 for us in this podcast, not for everyone else?
I don't think it's top 10.
Okay, then I don't think it's top 10.
I like
It's
it a
good.
lot. I like all of these. Wait, hold on. I was gonna say I like all of these movies. Yeah, I like all these movies a lot.
Yeah, I like the Fablemans, but it is just I like it as a movie, but it doesn't touch me and it doesn't. I'm not yo, you gotta go out there and see the Fablemans. It doesn't
move you.
It's not enthusiastic. It's just this Spielberg guy, he's still doing it. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And there's parts of it that I'm that's very good and very cool. Much like a movie that we just cut that I can't remember already. Puss in Boots. That's right.
We
The
never
Last
added
Wish.
it, for the record.
Yeah, we never added Puss in Boots for the record.
Not eligible. But yeah, that's so what I'm saying is like I think we could cut the Fablemans if we all feel like it's not top 10.
If it won Best Picture at the Oscars, I would be happy, and I'd be like, yeah.
I'd be like, that's kind of the safest pick, but sure, it's a good movie. I'm not gonna hate on it.
This is the first year in a while where it's like any of them could win.
Yeah, I'm like,
that's fine.
That's fine.
I know Ryan doesn't agree, but
No, if Avatar or Elvis wins, I'm going to be mad. I am genuinely
now
going
I'm
to be upset.
gunning for those movies to win. What about if Top Gun won?
I also would not like that, actually. I forgot it was nominated.
What about if All Quiet on the Western Front?
I haven't seen that yet.
It seems like so much of a bummer.
I don't want to watch it.
Yeah.
It'll be so boring.
Yeah.
I'm
gonna
gonna
believe you. It's good. I trust you.
Oh man, we have like a few days. I might try to watch
You do not have to watch it. For the
I'm
record,
gonna try to watch
nobody's making you watch it. You're not part
George,
of the academy.
the gun is on my head, and I gotta watch it.
Okay. I don't think Body's gonna make it. Okay, there we go.
I really like that movie.
Where is it on your list?
It's at number 9 on my personal list. I really like it.
The Elvis spot.
Yeah, it's Bodies is my Elvis. All right, it's my Elvis, and honestly, that might be the realest thing I've said all night.
Fair. I also really like Bodies.
If it doesn't, if you guys don't feel like it hangs, I will cut it. But I just want to let it be
I would
known.
cut Marcel the Shell before it, but I would cut
I
both.
think I agree with that. But
I dislike Marcel the Shell again. I just don't think it's top 10. I like it.
I have Marcel as number 6. Just saying, I loved Marcel the
Okay, then
Shell.
let's cut Bodies. I think it's
Ooh, no. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. Let me cut it. It's fine. Oh, that's fine.
Okay. Well then, what? Let's cut. You like the Batman?
I do like the Batman.
Okay. Well,
Batman I like a lot actually.
I don't care about the Batman. That's all.
That's fine. Gary, how do you feel about the Batman?
I like it. I like it a lot. It's not in my top 10, but it's right there.
Okay.
He's knocking on the door.
He's knocking on Kevin's door.
Yeah.
We can cut the Batman.
Do we feel good about that?
I'm fine with that.
Okay, let's cut the
I
Batman.
don't love that. But
I love the Batman, but too many good movies this year, okay?
Yeah, they're all good.
Get out of here.
All right, so we have 15. We gotta get down to 10. Oh, Ryan's. Oh, you called it. I thought you were laughing. So
Snickering over
I'm gonna read
there.
our list so far. Tar, RRR, Triangle of Sadness, Pearl, Top Gun Maverick, The Banshees of Inisharan, The Menu, Women Talking, Everything Everywhere All at Once, Nope, Marcel the Shell, Elvis, After Yang, Mad God, and 3,000 Years of Longing. The Menu. We all like The Menu.
we all do like the Menu.
Is it top 10?
That is a question. I think it's top 10 in my heart.
It's my top 10 in my list, but I know that there are favorites here. So
The Menu, I believe.
I made a very good cheeseburger for dinner today. Now I
yeah,
thought about that moment.
You mentioned that. I forgot about that.
The menu is at the bottom of my top 10. I'll say that. I really like it. I think it's really fun.
It's a
and
great time,
stylish,
fun time watching it.
great looking cheeseburger.
Very memorable taco night.
So if it hangs, it hangs. But if it
Okay,
if
maybe
it
we can-
leaves,
I don't
it
know, I don't
leaves. I don't know.
If it dies, it dies.
If it dies, it dies. The one movie that like I watched it after I made my list, so I haven't like thought of where it lands for me personally is Tar.
Tar.
I like Tar a lot. I think it's a very
I like
good
it a
movie.
lot. But if we
But
wanted
I
to-
think
yeah.
it might be very good in a way that like the Fablemans is good.
It's true.
Where it's like that's just
you see it in the list, like it belongs there. But
Yeah.
then you look at it, it's like, wait a minute.
does it belong on
This is
our
our
list?
list.
Exactly, exactly. You can't start without her.
You
That's
cannot
true.
start without her. No.
I don't know. How do you feel about Tar, Carrie?
I like Tar a lot. It is not in my personal top 10.
Okay,
but
we can cut Tar then.
I think it's very good.
I like Tar a lot, but I know there's like some personal favorites here that I'm fine putting in instead of Tar, personally. Okay. How much do you like Mad God, Carrie?
I really like that.
Okay.
God.
Mad God is pretty high on my list,
Okay.
but a lot of that is because of respect. I need to rewatch it, but I do like it a lot.
Come on, guys! I already cut my feel-good love story cannibal movie. Now you're gonna make me cut my claymation poop movie.
No, Carrie, I honestly think Mad God is in the top 10.
I think as a creation,
Yes.
it's so immaculate.
Yes, same.
Is RRR on this list, Carrie?
That's up to you guys. It looks great from what I've seen.
Don't get mad at me, Ryan Lance. I haven't seen this movie.
I
haven't seen it.
It's so good, but I don't know. I didn't put it on my list. If I were to put it on my list, it would.
Right, because you watched it this year.
Mm-hmm. It would probably crack the top 10, but I don't know.
Okay.
It would probably go somewhere. It would go above the menu for sure, but I don't know where it would land among X and White Noise and Elvis. It's better than White Noise. It would probably be number 11.
Okay.
Honestly.
Is women talking on this list?
I don't know.
I like women talking a lot.
Yeah.
I'm just asking out loud. I like it a lot.
I think it's fantastic. I think if it were on the list, I would not be opposed to that.
Okay, then, so let's keep going.
I'm trying to see where I put women talking.
Women talking. They're making a woman that talks. What is going on? Do we cut the menu?
If George wants to cut the menu, we can
I'd
cut
be
the
fine
menu.
with cutting the
I'm trying to get people's movies in here. Is all I'm saying. We've done this for long enough that I know, like, I'm not getting away with cutting after Yang.
No, you're not.
So I'm not going to try. And
Don't even
Pearl, I don't think it makes top 10 either, and I'm not going to get rid of that.
Oh no, it does not.
So yeah, or maybe we did it. I don't know.
Y'all.
So
Let me see where Pearl is at on my personal list. Like, oh, okay, here's not.
Pearl
like
is in my
that.
top 10. Oh hey, it's the lady from Incredibles. Oh, she's gone. Don't worry about it, folks.
Yeah, she was on the stage.
Mm-hmm.
I would not say Pearl Haynes, but I know I agree with.
Oh, we're having this conversation? No, I'm serious.
personally, but I know that might be a difficult.
But also, Nope wouldn't be on my list. So, and I know that we're not cutting Nope. So.
No, we are not cutting Nope.
I think we cut women talking.
Wait.
I like it a lot.
George, are you saying you want to silence women?
During Women's Month.
Oh no. Don't worry, George. I'll silence the women for you.
I can't.
Very good
Women's
movie.
in my top 10. Like I think it's.
I like that
5.
movie a lot. When,
top 6. It's in the 6th movie.
When she called the one character by his chosen name, that really hit me in the feels right there. But yeah, I don't know if it makes it on this list.
When it started,
Although it really sucks that Elvis is still here. I'm just gonna say that.
When
to
it
me,
started,
personally.
I was like, this desaturated tone. I don't know if it's working for me, but by the end of it, it totally worked for me.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I don't know. I think it's just because it. It's interesting because the trick that movie plays, unless you know what time period it takes place in, because it's the trick where it's like, oh, clearly this is like fucking ye olden times. This is what I thought, and then it's like census 2010 census. Blah, 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 blah. I was like,
oh damn.
Oh no.
Yeah. But yeah, the widescreen. It's also like super widescreen, if I remember correctly. Like
I think so.
because there's still black bars when I saw the theater. So yeah, I was like, this is a little. I thought at first like this is a little much, but I was like, no, this works for it. This works for it. I don't think I would like it as much if it was just full color. But that's my women talking nice things to say about it. We're at 12, so we're getting close.
I love Marcel the Shell, but I feel like on this list it's not going to cut it.
Yeah, I'm okay
Judging by how everyone.
I like
is
Marcel.
feeling. I love that show.
I like him
think it's
throwing
fine.
up. It's funny.
I don't know. That movie was really just what I needed at that moment. I feel that little guy. Oh my God! If Marcel has got to present an award at the Oscars, that's got to be a thing that happens.
That would be cute.
Mm-hmm. I liked when the squirrel came in. That was my favorite moment.
All right, we got to cut one more movie. What are we feeling?
Oh,
Does
man.
RRR stick? Does Top Gun stick?
I would feel horrible deleting Top Gun.
Okay. Does Elvis stick?
I think Elvis sticks.
Oh, son of a...
It's not even high on... The more I think about it, the more I look back on it fondly.
It's great.
That's what helps. It has good music because, you know, Elvis.
Elvis is pretty good.
All right, I'm gonna ask a controversial question
All right,
here.
Fair enough.
Does the Banshees of Inisherin stick?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
100%.
Okay. I'm just asking the questions.
If
Fuck you.
oh no, Everything Everywhere All at Once didn't win, that would be my second pick actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
It would be Banshees for me.
It's very good.
It's a very
Very
good movie.
I agree with that. I don't know. For me, it just really did not crack the top 10
think
for
we
me
cut
personally.
RRR.
Be honest with me. Do you guys not like Mad God very much?
No, it's top 5.
For me, I don't care about it. I just think it's impressive.
No, it's top 5 for me.
Okay. Very good.
I somehow I looked at
Triangle
my
of
list.
Sadness, though. I look back on that movie not so fondly for some reason.
Yeah,
I just
kinda
feel like-
the same way. Like it's really good.
It's
but
good.
The more I think about it, the more I'm like,
Maybe it's something if you rewatched it, you'd appreciate it more because you wouldn't go in with the, because like the third act is so different from what a lot of
And
people
I
were
like the
expecting.
third act better a little bit, but that was just me.
Yeah, but I feel like knowing what it is, I feel like you could appreciate it more.
And I also like
but-
RRR more than Triangle of Sadness. If we're gonna
yeah,
cut one of
I
those
do
two,
too. I agree with that.
so we're cutting Triangle of Sadness.
I think so.
Get that-
So sad.
Wham,
back-
wham,
Get back
on
on
a
your
big fancy
triangle.
boat.
All right.
So our top
It's the
10
10.
are going to be not in this order.
In this order.
We're gonna reorder it, but it's
I wouldn't
RR,
hate it, but
Pearl,
This is fine order.
Top Gun Maverick, The
Funny
Banshees, Everything Everywhere, Nope, Elvis, After Yang, Mad God, and 3,000 Years of Longing. Man.
After Yang is bottom.
Yeah,
It could be above Elvis, but
But what do you think of the movie?
George, I'm gonna let you take a wild guess what my favorite movie is.
I know what it is.
Yeah.
I think the diplomatic thing for me to do in this situation would be to put Elvis at number 10 because he's just happy to be here.
Thank you. I was gonna plead.
What if we put Mad God above that?
Above Elvis?
Yes.
Yeah, that's fine.
What if
Okay.
we switch Mad God and Elvis? Is that like Elvis more than Mad God?
No,
Okay.
I think Mad God is. I'm sorry, but objectively a better film than Elvis.
Yeah, probably. But
If you're talking about like style and substance, then yeah, obviously.
Okay, so Elvis is at the bottom. Okay, where do we put Top Gun Maverick above After Yang?
I don't like that,
that would
because
be very funny.
I would actually be very upset if we did that.
Okay.
I'm fine with. I can settle with After Game being at the bottom 5, but it cannot, and I repeat, it cannot be considered
We'll see
an
where this
inferior
goes.
product than Top Gun Maverick,
All
a
right.
movie I have not seen.
Well, then fine. What if we put Pearl at number 7 then? Since you guys are just being nice to me, so I don't have a.
The thing is, I like Pearl
have
a
a Pearl
lot.
freak out.
So, but that's fine with me. I can say, do I like? Yes, I can have Pearl above. Yes, put Pearl there. She's a star, folks. We love her, don't we?
He's a star.
It's pretty good.
What happened?
I'm doing some
Oh.
small editing.
I was like, now there's 12. I
Now
deleted
there's
something
12
and there's
more.
more.
I moved a few things to like the number 1 and 2 position based on how I feel like it's gonna go, but we'll get to that later.
Okay.
But this is one thing I'm gonna say. I know, George, you're very hot on this movie, 3,000 Years Alone.
Yes.
I like that movie a
That's
lot.
fine.
Third act loses me, so I don't know if it.
I put it above Nope.
I put it right below Nope.
Okay.
It's my number 4.
Nope is my number 2 of the year. I'll be honest with you.
Well, Pearl's my number 2, and it's at number 7.
What's your number 1?
Everything Everywhere
Oh yeah, that's right.
What the hell?
That is true.
This is a tough puzzle to fit.
This is a tough puzzle that we put ourselves into every year. Where do you guys feel like RR is standing for you two on this list?
Yeah, RR is a weird one.
Because I have not seen RR
It might
Top
be
Gun
on
Maverick.
5.
Yeah, I was gonna say that too. How do you feel? They're kind of similar. How do you feel RRR compared to 3,000 Years? Do you like 3,000
I love
Years
3,000
more?
Years way more.
Yeah, I agree, but I think they're both same kind of film enjoyer might enjoy both those movies.
I have to keep. For some reason, my phone keeps messing up the list, but I got to keep refreshing it.
That might be because we're all in it editing it
Maybe.
at the
We're all
same
poking
time.
it. List.
Ooh.
I like how accidentally right now Top Gun Maverick is the third best movie of the year.
I don't like that at all. I don't like that at all.
I think that's pretty funny.
It's pretty ha ha hee hee.
It is pretty ha ha hee hee.
Nope's not getting any higher than 5, in my opinion.
Really?
We can move the order up, but I think Nope is 5.
Nope is 5. I'm fine with that. I need to move. Top Gun Maverick cannot be number 3.
What
What if we move 3,000 Years
I
Long
was
and
just
Top
gonna
Gun
say
Maverick?
that. Yeah, what if we just switch those two?
Okay, you guys do that and I'll see how it looks to me personally.
Okay. That might be our list.
Because I moved Banshees of Inisherin to number 2 and I moved Everything Everywhere to number 1 because I just felt like that's how things would end up in the end based on the conversations that we've had before. And I just felt like, yeah, that makes sense.
I am fine with this list, folks.
So Elvis number 10, Mad God number 9, number 8 After Yang, a bit low for me. Pearl number 7, Top Gun Maverick number 6, number 5, Nope, number 4, RRR, number 3, 3,000 Years of Longing, number 2, The Banshees of Inisherin, and number 1, Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Yeah, let's talk about the good movies here for a bit.
Isn't that what we've been doing?
It is, but I don't think we said enough about Banshees of Inisherin. I think it perfectly balances being super funny and charming and also incredibly depressing. It also just looks gorgeous, and Colin Farrell and Brandon Gleeson are just acting their asses off. Not even acting, they just feel so natural working together. It just feels like two normal people. I don't know, but it's an hour and a half, and it just gets in and out, and it just does it so goddamn well. It's just as Harry Styles said it, it's a movie.
Feels like a movie.
It feels like a movie. It definitely feels like a movie that would win an Oscar. That's for sure.
It would, yeah. That's probably on. That's high on what I feel like will win Best Picture at the Oscars.
But yeah, I think Banshees is really good. Carrie,
And
do
then-
you want to say anything for that one?
No, we think we covered it. But
Okay.
yeah, I love that movie. Cried all the way home.
It's very good.
And then Everything Everywhere, just based on all the conversations
We
we've
said
had
a lot about that, yeah.
this year and just everything going on with it award season wise. I feel like it's getting like another wave of just like, wow, that's really just like a good, special, unique movie.
Yeah.
I think
And like, I don't know, like, I need to rewatch it, but now it's just like, it's like, yeah, it is probably the best movie of the year. Like, I don't know what else to tell you. Like, it's almost like I'm tired of saying
it's I don't know if you were gonna say something, Carrie. But I think it's sort of what the two Daniels are extremely good at doing is that it's a concept for a movie that could totally just feel whoa, wacky, random, crazy. And they are very silly movies, yes, but they absolutely nail their heart and they never get too out of control nonsense. All the nonsense feels controlled. The nonsense has a purpose. I still don't love the number 1 employee tax auditor dildo trophy that much, but you know, whatever. Real quick, this thing's telling me to restart. Sure, that's the right button, right?
You don't want to restart now.
Right. So it
You'll
has to be
outside
okay.
Active hours.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. With that.
That's fine. No.
Ryan, I don't think you've been able to talk a lot about After Yang. You mentioned the tea part.
It's just like, for me, it just like is everything I like in a movie. It's just, low stakes, simple, beautiful cinematography, with excellent sound design that just like flows and like moves you. There's a part in it that like I always like feel like the hairs on the back of my head stick up. It's when he like first like puts on the glass and like goes into Yang's mind, and like you hear like the music from the concert start up like slowly, and it's just like, oh, cinema film, yes. And it's just like it speaks so much to identity and like who you are as a person, and a chosen family as well. That's what I really like. I love the allegory of when Yang is showing Mika the trees and the grafting, and she's like, it's not a real tree, it's just taped on there, and that's a metaphor how Yang is attaching her to that family tree, and like, it's so good and so pretty, and I just adore it so much. It's a big Ryan movie, and I love it. It's a lot of what I loved about the movie Her, but with a lot more of that like
Less Scarlett Johansson?
Less Scarlett Johansson and less like, I'll say, unnecessary sexuality. Like there's romance and like love in After Yang, but it's not precisely like sexual in nature.
I would describe it as a very not horny movie.
It is not horny at all. It's more of like a genuine real family love, which I just always connect to more. And I think that's just something that's not explored a lot in these type of sci-fi AI robot type films, which it's just a breath of fresh air for me, as someone who likes those like lo-fi sci-fi kind of things.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's.
Have we talked about all these movies enough?
I think so.
Okay, well there it is. That's the best movie of 2022 is Everything Everywhere All at Once, followed by The Banshees of Inisherin, 3,000 Years of Longing, RRR made quite the journey to top 5. Nope, Top Gun Maverick, Pearl, After Yang, Mad God, and Elvis.
Still mad that Top Gun is better than After Yang and Pearl, but
that's how the cookie crumbles. That's how the math.
I guess
sometimes.
So.
Yeah, what a year. Thank you so much for listening to us ramble and scientifically discuss and rank these films. Ryan Lance, where can people find your best of?
If you go to letterboxd.com and look for my username, which is Film Piece, you will find the actual top 10, which is After Yang number 1 and Nope at number 2. Nope and Everything Everywhere is number 3 for me, and like I moved Nope and Everything Everywhere like a lot over the years, but at the end of it, I was like, you know what? Nope. I think it's just because like Nope didn't get a lot of
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, a lot of people dislike Nope.
Yeah, a lot of people.
Which is very weird.
Yeah, it's a real film. So like, I don't know.
Because a lot of people who don't watch films watched it, and they were like, "This is not what I signed up for."
We're like, what the hell does this monkey have to do with this alien?
Everything has everything to do with the alien.
Carrie, where can folks find you?
You can find me on Letterboxd as well if you search my first name, Carrie, Karrie.
And you can find me at jcruzalvarez26 on Letterboxd and on Twitter. That's 2022. Here's to another year of film, folks. Love them. Love those movies. Keep making them. Don't stop. 24 frames per second. That's where I want to live, baby. Until next time, bye-bye.